Revenge is a dish best served cold, so the saying goes. After waiting 365 days, the Gators are hoping that saying holds true. Tonight, the Santa Maria Gators look to avenge last year's shutout loss at the hands of John F. Kennedy. It's the Gators and the 7th-ranked Cougars live at the Pit, exclusively on the REV Game of the Week.
REV Business started small in 1935. We built our reputation by providing hometown service with Louisiana hustle. For nearly 90 years, we've expanded across our great state, through the swamps and across the Mississippi, bringing fiber optics from the capital to the North Shore, all to connect your business with the world. REV is about big business technology with small business personal service.
For a limited time, get up to $300 off business services. Call or visit us today at letsrev.biz.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, briskets, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Lamar Dixon's role from an entertainment standpoint is to be an economic engine for South Louisiana and Ascension Parish, to create an environment that people don't have to really leave their home in South Louisiana to have a world-class entertainment value. The partnership between Lamar and Rev has been a seamless marriage that I don't know how we lived without, and really knew what they were talking about. I took the time to learn what we did instead of just sell us a product. I knew that that was going to be our company for life. I highly recommend Rev Business.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
This baby will get your heart racing, as much as your slick new devices do. Switch to REV. No contracts, no data caps, no nonsense. Just all fiber internet, all the time. Build your plan at letsrev.com. Let's Rev. Internet speed so fast, you're gonna need seatbelts for your sofa. Switch to REV. No contracts, no data caps, no nonsense. Just all fiber internet, all the time. Build your plan at letsrev.com. Let's Rev.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pit. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, Coach David Slacker, soon to be Hall of Famer right here at Santa Maria. Coach, it's going to be a good one tonight.
Well, thanks for the kind words right there. And look, let me tell you, every coach going into a big game, because you're looking at Kennedy all the way to the quarterfinals last year. Santa Maria's 3-1 against them, but Santa Maria's got a little revenge factor here. So what's as you talk to the coaches, the JFK keys, no mental mistakes, had 10 penalties last week. And that is not a good situation. They have speed galore, and they're going to throw the ball a ton of times, and a lot of it's going to be in the vertical passing game down the field. And if they do have a short pass, they're talking about making big plays with their athletes. And with their big offensive line, they want to be physical up front. And the Santa Maria Gators, they should have an advantage because they have more players, more depth. Now, more players doesn't mean more that we're going to have a brawl out here or anything like this. But it does mean this, that in that second half, somewhere along that line, it's a strong possibility that Santa Maria is going to have an advantage because their second and third teamers and first teamers are playing a lot more and maybe a little bit more physical towards the end of the second half. Wrap up in spaces, and big thing, because we have this guy, Gyro.
Yes, Easton Gyro.
Yeah. He's great about everything that he does as a receiver, but the biggest thing that he contributes to this team, along with his receiving, is he's our punter, and he's also the kicker and the extra point.
We've seen him. We've seen a few games that we've done so far this year where the punting has been atrocious, really, honestly. And I don't think that's going to be a problem here for Santa Maria. But I want to talk about the offensive styles of both of these teams. They're contrasting styles. We've got Santa Maria coming in here with, I won't say a second-string quarterback, but not their attended starter. Cooper Babin was hurt in the third play of the first game, and guess who popped back up? Your guy from last year, Chase Kelly, who had to do the same thing last year when the quarterback got hurt in the first game, in the first series of the first game.
And I had both of these kids at Galvez, and I'm going to just tell you, tremendous kids, just totally team players. And Cooper and Chase, they're battling it out, for playing time and stuff like that. Well, Cooper won that, but now Chase is the man, and he's going to be that way for a number of games probably. And so it's going to be his responsibility. It's just like Cooper told him. He says, don't think you're going to run over anybody out there, because I didn't run over anybody, and I know you're not. And so be smart, stay on the ground, and hand that ball off, throw the ball, and get your playmakers making plays out there.
Well, we talked about the revenge factor last year. JFK won 14-0. Last week, Santa Maria beat Booker T. Washington 41-14, and JFK over Terrebonne 20-7. Santa Maria scoring a lot of points in these first two games
with a so-called backup quarterback. So that'll just tell you
who's got 2 years of experience under his belt.
And look, let me tell you, the guy starts for us in baseball. He knows exactly. He's a very good athlete. He's a very smart kid, and he is going to be a successful human being after the football days are over with or the sport's over with. But right now, Coach Oliver needs him to run the offense, and he's doing an outstanding job, scoring over 80 points in 2 games.
Let's take a look at our coaches tonight. We've got 2 coaches who are very familiar with each other. And Coach David Oliver, as you see the Gators coming onto the field, and Coach Linares L. Page, his 4th year, he has really turned around this John F. Kennedy team. There's that cannon you warned me about. God, Nugget.
I'm just telling you, don't stand too close to the window.
You're right.
So, I know Coach Oliver's hoping that cannon goes off a bunch tonight. Well, Kennedy, I'm going to just tell you, they won district last year. They went to the 3rd round of the playoffs. And Santa Maria, got beat, I think, in the first round last year of the playoffs. So this is going to be tough because Coach Oliver actually didn't coach L. Page in college at Tulane. But, they know each other and they're familiar with each other.
Absolutely. And we're getting ready to have the presentation of the colors and our national anthem. I want to tell you that our cadets tonight are from Naval Junior ROTC. On the state flag is Cadet Gerald Waterman. On the United States flag, the American flag, Cadet Lane Hooper. The right rifleman is Stephen Smith, and the left rifleman is Noah Hebert. And they are honoring some great folks on the field. And here come the Cougars.
It's the state champion softball team.
Congratulations to them, for sure.
You got Amy Petrie and Jay Brignac out there, along with the ex-bus driver, Mr. Clark Lambert. 8 state championships, Jimmy. 8 state championships. And I thought they were all happening because I was here, but after I left, they won a couple of them. So I knew that didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, you got them over the hump, and you're still cheering for them, so it made a big difference.
Oh, there's no doubt. I'm going to just tell you, I've gotten to go to the state softball tournament a number of times, even back when it was in Alexandria. But, boy, what they have at Sulphur is seriously special.
Yeah.
And one team that's seriously special there every year, and that's the Lady Gators from Santa Maria.
I don't know if we can see. You see the opposing sideline with the Cougars, and you see their number of players on their squad. I don't know if we can see the sideline for Santa Maria, but it's a marked difference. And the reason I point that out is because one of the keys that Coach Oliver talked about is utilizing the depth of Santa Maria to really kind of just wear down the other team, wear down the Cougars, and they've got an opportunity to do that.
And I'm not going to say it's exactly how it is, but I'm going to just tell you, you probably go too deep with special teams and offense and defense easily with Santa Maria. Kennedy, they have to they might have some issues with some kids going both ways. and some kids that if one kid gets hurt, you got to replace 2 or 3 different positions.
Absolutely, and we haven't really talked about the offense too much for the Cougars, and they're a high-flying offense. They throw the ball all over the place. We thought they were going to throw some kind of short passes, but in talking with the coaches, they're really going to set up the long pass and then come back with the short, as opposed to doing it the other way around.
2023 state champion, Santa Lady Gators.
Congratulations to the Lady Gators.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I played fast pitch softball along with slow pitch in college. It is a blast because if you get close to this softball, and the pitchers are just tremendously great. We're talking about 2-1, 1-0 games, extra inning games. It is a lot of fun to watch that. And it all started out with the first state championship, a good friend of mine, Jimmy Iturralde. Scott Nielsen came on and won, I think, maybe 5. After that, then Amy Petrie came and won a couple. So I think they're on number 8, which is very impressive.
Very impressive. We've got our captains going to the middle of the field. They will have our coin toss. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will do the starting lineups right after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back right after this on the REV Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Board. Welcome back, everybody. You are watching the REV Game of the Week. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with Coach David Swacker. We are at the pit as Santa is getting ready to take on the Cougars of John F. Kennedy out of Gentilly in the New Orleans area. And it will be the Cougars starting things off with the ball. And we'll go with their offensive starters right now. Well, let's wait on that because we have the national anthem. We'll come back to our starters. Again, the band will be playing our national anthem, and it will be under the direction of Joey Nasser.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to gather here at the pit tonight and all that you have done for us. Thank you for blessing our players with the abilities and gifts to play. We ask you bless tonight's game and everyone that has gathered here to support our teams. Please bless the players and fans here tonight with great sportsmanship on and off the field. May you be by their side as the teams play and return home tonight, keeping them free from all injuries and distress. In your name, we pray and play. Amen.
Today's colors are being presented by the Santa High School Naval Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. Santa Color Guard members are National Flag, Cadet Lane Hooper. State Flag, Cadet Gerald Waterman. Right Rifleman, Cadet Noah Hebert. And Left Rifleman, Cadet Stephen Smith.
We are ready to rock and roll here. A beautiful rendition of the national anthem by the Santa Maria Band. What a great job they always do. And it is a pride here in Santa Maria with their marching band, as well it should be. Let's take a look at the starters. We'll start off with the offense for the Cougars. They start off like this. We'll go across. The quarterback is Amin Derensberg. The running back, Omarion Brown. The wide receivers, that's the strength of this offense. Joey Davis, James Evans, who leads the team, Jonathan Strouder, and Kingston Jones. Across the front, not nearly as big as Santa Maria, but they're athletic as can be, and they're fast. David Phoenix will be your left tackle. Your left guard is Henry Frazier. Center is Calvin Grant. Right guard is Deedrick Mosip. And also your right tackle is Kylie Green. Kylie Green, only a sophomore. He's getting some looks already. He's 6'4", 240. Let's take a look at the defense now very quickly for Santa Maria. Here we go. Jai Joseph, defensive end, along with Cohen Rock, Cameron Hill, and Braxton Trabeau across the front. Excuse me, Trabeau is a linebacker. Salazulo. Trabo, excuse me. Thank you, Coach. And also Damon Smith, along with Thomas Leonard. Caleb Ricks is a great cornerback. We'll talk about him. You have your safeties, Braxton Spite and Lane Swanson. And your other corner is Ja'Cory Sanders. And we're ready to play football, David Swacker.
Good job there with the announcing. Great job.
Putting his foot into it is Jaro. Jaro boots it. It will be collected at the 15-yard line. Strouder will take it still on his feet, and he will finally be brought down right at the 20-yard line, a 5-yard gain.
You have 24 for the Gators with the tackle there, and that would be Robert Williams, the defensive back. That's what you want on your kickoff team. Sure tacklers, especially in open spaces, just like Robert was right there. And a lot of times you have linebackers, but you don't ever see linemen on there. And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just protect your kicker so he doesn't have to make a tackle.
A lot of experience on this Santa Maria defense. 9 seniors on the defense. They'll play a base 4-2-5, but they're going to have to get into a lot of different sets.
Yeah, they're starting out in a 3-man front to start with.
They have got to keep these receivers in front of them. They are fast as lightning.
And you got 2 safeties deep.
First play from scrimmage is a handoff, however, and it will go to Omarion Brown, and Brown will pick up 2.
Well, they're
Leonard on the stop.
Leonard, nice job right there. One of the inside linebackers. Got to make a lot of plays.
Here's the first pass of the game. It's a short screen and nowhere to go that time. And it was number 90, Cohen Rock, the big man nose guard, making the stop.
I like the thought here. Put the guy in motion, and it's like you're going to throw the ball to him, but you have the wide receiver coming underneath, and the Gators do a good job. That's linemen that are making the tackles there. Pursuit to the football. Outstanding job there. So you got a third, and, I don't even know if now with the spread formation, I'm just not real sure, Jimmy, if there's such a thing as a long yardage situation in the spread. But you got here the trips formation, little movement are there. Now we got trips.
Moving people around in motion once again. It's going to be a screen out of the backfield. He's got some running room at the 30. A flag will fly. He's still on his feet at the 35, and they'll blow the play dead. Stepped out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
I'm thinking he's going to call holding here from what I saw on the widest receiver on the cornerback.
It is holding, that's right. And that's Dr. Ed Jones, by the way, our referee.
And look, I'm going to just tell you, the coverage that they're in, I like it a lot. It's cover 2. That means you're going to have plenty of people handling the short stuff. You can bring stunts off of this, and, you got help over the top with the 2 safeties deep.
So they'll back them up 10 yards, and I made a mistake. The referee's name is Ben Jones. Dr. Ben Jones out of the Baton Rouge area, I believe.
Trips into the sideline. Interesting formation. And when they motion or move people around, that means the Gators got to do the same thing.
Calling for the football will be Derensberg. Derensberg, an empty backfield, looking for somebody to throw to. Got plenty of time. His offensive line doing a great job, and His receiver was there a little bit high, but number 10 never went for it. That was Kingston Jones, who was intended for.
So, Jimmy, you had 5 offensive linemen blocking 3 rush people. They just never could get there. So the secondary, you know, if they call it a lot of times on TV, it's called a coverage incompletion right there, which creates a 4th and long now, about 16 yards.
They will punt this one away.
So this might be the difference in the game, special teams. Let's just see how good Kennedy is in the kicking game.
This will be Lalin to kick it, and it's a pretty good one. It will be fair, caught at the 48-yard line, still in Cougar territory.
I tell you what, I love it. You know, if you're around me long enough, I do not like to see that ball hit the turf.
I've noticed
Great
that
job right there on the fair catch. Now the Gators go 1st and 10 with Chase Kelly, number 10, leading the Gators.
Came into the game on the first series or after the first series in the first game of this season. He's played since. They're averaging 43 points per game, and it's 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of the Cougars. Dropping back. First play from scrimmage is a pass, looking for somebody to throw to, and Kelly's going to have to escape for his life and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Good job. It looked like man-to-man coverage right there. Kelly could not find anybody open and ended up picking up a yard with a 2nd and 10.
Brought down finally by Calvin Sparrow, the outside linebacker,
Good job by Kennedy right there in the coverage. Protection was very acceptable. 2 backs in the backfield.
Handoff on the counter to Kyron Kraft will pick up 5.
I used to call him Crafty because he was very slick and sly about getting those yards. Not a real big kid, but boy, has he made some massive improvements. Running track, getting faster, not a real tall kid, but boy, he is somebody, you know, right there, got basically hit at the line of scrimmage and picked up about 5 or 6 yards.
Handoff once again, this time right up the gut, and he'll pick up the first down. I believe that was Kraft. Again, it was. Number got a little crunched up on me. So they pick up the first down. 2 runs and a pass attempt on the spread of offensive plays. First and 10 now for Kelly. Chase Kelly drops back, throws it a little in route to number 83, Easton Jarrow. Jarrow, you mentioned he's a Swiss Army knife. He does a little bit of everything, doesn't he? He has 7 catches for 92 yards and a touchdown so far.
There's no doubt. He is, you think if you're involved in so many different it kind of affects your ability to help your team. But one thing about Jarrow, he's a master at everything that he does.
Well, you know what I'm noticing already is they are putting in a lot of different people. Handoff again to Kyron Kraft with a 2-back set. Kraft will be stood up. He'll pick up a couple.
You know, as we talked about, offensive line and versus the defensive line is going to be critical for both teams here. Here comes Kennedy with their band and I think might be the cheerleaders, and
got caught up in traffic. I mean, there's no doubt you're going to get caught up in traffic in Baton Rouge at some point on your way in.
3rd and 7, crucial situation, maybe 4 down territory here.
Out of the shotgun, throwing across the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off by number 8, Tylee Morrison, the nickelback. He had an interception last week, and he's got another one here tonight. So on the drive, they were moving, and they turned the ball over right across the middle.
And that free safety, just the one thing that you got to do is your quarterback right there. And it looked like Chase Kelly had his eyes on that slot receiver right off the bat, and that free safety moved with him. and was able to get right under there because maybe put a little air under that.
That's what I was going to say, the same thing.
You might have a touchdown right there.
If he dropped it just a little bit, dropped it more like a dart instead of a missile.
So the new thing that they have the last couple of years, Jimmy, is these TVs on the sidelines where the coaches can meet with them and go over everything.
Like the iPads that old Tom Brady used to throw around and get mad at. Handoff up the middle. He will be met by a stiff defensive front.
And on the sidelines, you can see the offense meeting. I think Coach Seth Babin.
Going with some speed now, not wasting a lot of time, is the Cougars. Now they get to play and they'll slow things down a little bit.
You look at all four of those kids, the receivers, they look like they're in the same uniform.
They are definitely of the same ilk. Handoff, again, swarmed at the line of scrimmage, goes nowhere, probably loses a couple. Cameron Hill and Thomas Leonard on the stop.
Jimmy, as an offensive line coach, I like to watch. That ball's basically on that line, that 45-yard line. And right there, the offensive line did not move the defensive line at all.
Water break timeout, a hydration timeout, and we will take it with them. Don't go anywhere, folks. 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. We have no score as of yet. The Gators battling the Cougars on the REV Game of the Week.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
6 minutes left in the first quarter. Let's take a look at the record for 5-5A records. Dutchtown's 2-0, Santa Ma is 2-0, Live Oak 1-1, Denham 1-1, Walker 1-1, and East Ascension, who we've had both those games 0-2. They played some good football, and they got better.
I'll tell you, Jimmy, Dutchtown's going to be undefeated after tonight too.
Yeah,
they're at open date.
3rd and 5 at the 45-yard line for the Cougars. Third play of this drive.
Haven't seen the quarterback using his feet yet.
Well, they said they were going to have to spy him, and he's going to run this time, but he's going to be hit as he throws. The ball is up, and there are going to be no flags on the play as it was intended for number 6, Jonathan Strouder, the junior, and he got tangled up with, I believe it was Caleb Ricks.
Yeah. And you saw the scramble, and this is what – and I'm not a defensive guy, but these are things that I look at. He's left-handed to quarterback. Where'd he take off to? And rightfully so. It's hard to sprint out just out from under center or in the shotgun to the right, and you're left-handed. So that might be a thought as far as bringing some heat from the outside to the left side of the quarterback.
Luke Raffrey is set to receive the kick. And Swanson back there. Nahun Leyland, will be the punter. There's a delay of game, so it'll back him up 5. That's the second penalty against John F. Kennedy. This one won't hurt him much, except just give better field position to the Santa Ma Gators probably.
I think your information that you sent out, over 100 yards of penalties last week.
Yep. That was one of the keys. They've got to stay mentally focused. That's what Coach L. Page said. Ooh, almost had a shot at blocking it. He does get it away. Fair catch. And Raffrey misses it. Goes right through his mitts. Still on the ground. He muffed the punt, and it looks like they may have turned the ball over twice. And they do. They've called an interception and now a muffed punt. And the Cougars take over at the 30-yard line for Santa Ma.
It looks like those elbows were just not locked in. On the catch, had a fair catch and everything else. You're protected. But that is the second time, and I don't know if it was the same guy that put a lot of heat on the return guy. And so that might be an adjustment that Santa Ma makes on the punt return team as far as blocking, finding out who is the guy that's putting all the heat on us.
Well, it looked like they had an opportunity to block the punt from the edge rusher, but he pulled up. Of course, you don't want to hit the kicker, of course, but 1st and 10. Dropping back, the left-handed quarterback. Number 7, Derensburg. Derensburg takes it himself. This is what we were worried about a little bit. That time he only picks up 3, but he's a fast quarterback, and he made the decision. That was a coverage, forced him out of the pocket.
And then, so now we're 1-1 here. You know, he scrambled to the right that time, basically into the short side of the field, looking all the way, and was able to pick up a yard in that particular situation. I guess the most important thing, if you have to scramble or if your quarterback gets tackled, let's make sure it's not for a loss of yardage.
Picked up 1, 2nd and 9. The ball at the 28-yard line of the Gators. Coming in motion is Evans. Evans will take the screen. He takes it all the way back across the field where he came from. He's got a little running room, but not much, as he will cross the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Outstanding job defensively on this replay. We're not going to get the replay this time, but you saw that the corner, they're playing a hard corner, cover 2 look, that he forced that guy inside. Great pursuit by the Gator defense. And if he would have got around the outside, it might have been a big play, but it's a 3rd and 5 situation.
Robert Williams has checked into the game. He's the cornerback on the top of your screen. We've got trips to the near side, and you've got a lone setback. This time a timeout is going to be called, and it will be the Cougars' timeout, and we will take it as well. The Cougars, after the muff punt, have great field position. 5:11 left to go here in the first quarter. Back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
We're just about back to action. Let's take a quick look at a graphic we have of the 3A top 10. U-High, St. James, E.D. White, Sterling. Number 5 is Madison Prep. And there you see John F. Kennedy, number 7 right there. Iowa rounds it out. This is a very good 3A football team. And we've got a jailbreak, a wide open receiver. It's Evans. Evans sidesteps, heads to the middle of the field. He's still on his feet. He'll be ridden to the turf at the 5. A big first down and a 9. Make that a 15-yard pickup.
You know, that's a little iffy right there, because that receiver came all the way from the other side of the field, and by the time that area cleared out, that hard corner, I guess, had decided nobody's coming in my area, so he helped out on the deep receiver and the quarterback was able to pick him up and pick up down to the 7-yard line.
Well, that cornerback is Caleb Ricks. You know, his brother is Eli Ricks, formerly of LSU, now playing for Alabama. Same basic deal, except that number 6 is going to go in motion, and they'll sling it out to him. And I think it's a live ball, and it is. Falling on it, who's going to get it? It looks like the Gators have the football. They threw it behind the line of scrimmage and behind the quarterback. It was a backward pass. It was a lateral, basically, and it was a live football, and they come away with a big one.
Not really in favor of throwing laterals out there. Santa Ma's doing a good job. You saw 32, Damon Smith, out there, able to get out there in a hurry. I'm not sure who recovered the fumble. It might have been Smith. But I would venture to say that coach is going to put that one in the playbook and forget about that one.
They'll take over at their own 11. So we've had 3 turnovers so far in the game. An interception for Santa Ma and a muff punt for Santa Ma. And now they pick up the lateral. And this is going to be blown dead before the play can get going. False start, and that's going to back them up half the distance. First penalty of the night for Santa Ma. Santa Ma is not particularly a penalized team over the last couple of weeks. I have to forgive my cough a little bit, guys. 4:22 left to go here in the first quarter. And they're still sorting this one out. I'm not sure. There we go. Now we're ready. Split backfield, and Kelly under center. Well, not under center, but out of the shotgun. Handoff to Kraft. Kraft will try to cut back against the grain. He started to go right and then back left, and he didn't get much. Picks up maybe 2 yards. Again, they will do a mass substitution, not mass, but again, they're running people in. The Gators are definitely moving people in and out. They've got a lot of depth, and they're utilizing that depth. Getting fresh legs in. This pass is complete to number 83, Easton Jaro. Jaro will pick up about 6, and he'll get out of bounds.
Well, you got an empty backfield right here. And when you have that situation right there, a lot of times just exactly how they're playing in the secondary, you'll know as a quarterback and as a coach. And Seth Babin is very experienced as far as being an offensive coordinator. And nice little pass there by Kelly to the outside, picking up about half the yardage.
Dropping back, 2-step drop, looking for somebody across the middle again. This time, the receiver, number 3, Jermichael Million, wasn't ready for it.
Well, that's a catch you got to make right there, going across, because that was going to be a big play. Creates a punting situation.
Well, they need a big one out of Jaro. And we saw him boom some in pregame. There's no doubt he can do it. James Evans will be set to receive the punt at about the Gator 45-yard line. A line drive spiraling kick drives the return man back all the way to the 45, and he will be slung down at the Gator 49.
Good job on the coverage. Like you said, a little spiraling kick. Here's the 5A classification, your top 10 teams. With Curtis and Destrehan. Curtis didn't get to play last week because them and Zachary could not agree on where to play a game. East Ascension's down at Destrehan playing. Carr is always going to be good. Zachary's going to be good. Catholic got beat last week.
Surprised by that last week against Warren.
Yes. And then Ruston, St. Aug, Karen Crow, and West Monroe. West Monroe let go their head football coach, and so that offensive coordinator they had against East Ascension will be running the show.
Bouncing outside, but going nowhere because he is slung down by Anthony Salazarullo, sorry. But he got him by the jersey and never let go.
And I'm going to tell you, playing right here on the outside, there he is, gets off the block, leaving the outside arm free so he can get to the running back. Outstanding job there.
Salzarullo. I'm going to get it, promise.
I thought his name was Anthony.
Tony it is. That I can handle. 5'11", 160 junior. He is very quick, and he shed that block like a dirty shirt for sure. Lost a yard, brings up second down and 11. Ball at the 50-yard line. Slings it into the flats, bounces it. Looked like he was skipping a rock across a pond that time.
Yep, and you know, it's amazing that this quarterback was in the secondary, I believe a free safety last year, and goes from free safety to quarterback. That's a pretty big move. And so you had to spend a lot of time this summer at 7-on-7 stuff and being prepared to get in that quarterback spot.
We haven't seen him take a big shot down the field. I have to credit that with the coverage downfield. On the run, again, bounces one. He's rolling to his right. He's a left-handed quarterback. Can't get it to Evans, right in his shoestrings.
Well, there, number 7, Braxton Spigot, he rushed from the outside, just had a bad angle right there, and hopefully the next time that happens for Braxton is he gets a little bit of leverage on the quarterback where he can't get outside of him.
4 drives, 3 punts and a fumble lateral. And that's the drives for the Cougars. And this one's going to skip. He'll have to run to his right to kind of get this one away, and he does. And I think wisely that time, as much as you hate to see it, they will let that one bounce because it was a line drive shot, and they will be down at about the 4-yard line.
Well, a smart play by the punter. Smart right there. And then when you're running on this turf field, it hits, and you got that forward momentum. It's rolling forever. And so this is going to be the second drive in a row that the Gators start, basically near their own goal line.
They started the last drive with their own 11, and then, of course, they had that illegal procedure penalty. So they're starting at the 5 once again. And I was walking the field earlier. That is it's a beautiful field, but it is a compact turf. It's not there's not a lot of give in that one. You were right about that ball bouncing and going. Kelly will call for the football. Hands off to his running back, and he goes absolutely nowhere as he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Ramel Williams.
You have this saying in this spread offense. If you have like 6 people in the box, you can run it. But if you get 7 in there, and I'm not even going to go with 8, that needs to be a throwing type situation. And maybe the Gators going to have to go to throwing the ball. And, those short passes get you going, get Kelly going.
Well, Kelly's thrown the ball fairly well. He's had a couple of miscues, but and a couple of drops. This was going to be a quick slant. Hard to defend. It will be caught by Million, and Million will be close to a first down. He's going to be a little short. Oh, excuse me, Gyro. No. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It is Gyro. I apologize. I saw the 3 and didn't see the 8.
And Million's usually your right slot guy, and Gyro's going to be your left. And you'll have a wide receiver that will come out. A slot receiver that will come out when they put 2 guys in the backfield, which they have right now.
Right at the stakes, he got the 10 yards. Oh, another nice slant caught by number 12, Luke Raffrey. And Raffrey picks up another 11 yards.
RPO right there. Guy sitting there looking at that linebacker. He comes in, doesn't move, number 8, throws that slant. It's basically stealing. All you got to do is catch it.
I don't know how you defend the slant. I really don't. I don't know why they don't throw it every time. Not them personally, but there's a lot more teams throw that quick slant.
Well, you find a lot more people trying to jump up and deflect that ball.
Well, the whistles blow the play dead. Again, a motion penalty, the second one of the game for the Gators. 49 seconds to go here in the first quarter. That'll back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15.
See in the top there, the Santa Ma band across there, along with the Gatorettes and the flag girls. Color guard, I think they call it. Then you have the student section, and then the upper left corner or the upper right corner on this one, you have the cannon crew.
How do you get to be the cannon crew?
You got to be able to light a fuse.
This one won't go far again for Kraft. They are the defense for the Cougars have been very good up front. They have managed to really stifle this offensive running game. Thomas makes the stop from his defensive end spot. Brings up 2nd and 15. That's going to do it for the first quarter. We have no score. It has been a back and forth first 12 minutes. We'll be back after this. You are watching the REV Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
REV Business started small in 1935. We built our reputation by providing hometown service with Louisiana Hustle. For nearly 90 years, we've expanded across our great state, through the swamps and across the Mississippi, bringing fiber optics from the capital to the North Shore, all to connect your business with the world. REV is about big business technology with small business personal service.
For a limited time, get up to $300 off business services. Call or visit us today at letsrev.biz.
Welcome back, everybody. We head to the second quarter, still scoreless here, and the Gators have the football, 2nd and 15.
I think you have two pretty good football teams right here, and it may just take a little time to
going for it. A little out route, a corner route, and it's a good one. A great catch that time by Brody Kernan, the junior. That's his second catch of the year.
And so he's reading the hard corner right here. And you'll see number 1, he's going to come up in your picture. And so you throw it behind him. Nice little toss by Chase Kelly into the sideline.
15-yard catch. They give him the first down. It was right at the marker. He had a catch last week for 12 yards, so he's sticking with his average. Handoff on the counter. It's going to be Kraft. Kraft won't go anywhere. Again, stuffed by Kennedy Tyler from his safety spot, and then hung up by Calvin Sparrow, the linebacker. Picks up a yard. Looking for some help. Got to roll him out. He's going to run it himself. Will Kelly. Kelly will get hit hard by the cornerback, Bernard Causey. Causey's committed to Ole Miss. He's no slouch out there, and he laid the lumber on Kelly.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what, Chase was trying to get that ball out on a short throw. Just did not have anything there. I think smart play by him. A lot of times when quarterbacks like to scramble, they like to take off left and right. Did a good job right up the middle. Picked up 8 or 9 big yards, and here you have 3rd and 2.
I think they've got this one will hand off to a high-stepping Kraft, and Kraft will pick up the first down. You know, Kelly's only 5'8". They need a good out of the pocket. So he's having trouble, it seems to me, to be seeing over the line a little bit.
Watch the offensive line on a pull and a trap. Kick out right there, and Kraft, nice. Got up in there, and you got an easy first down. Great job by the offensive line right there. Got a little movement on the trap block.
Safety Tyler on the stop came up and stuffed him. 1st and 10 for the Gators, and there's a timeout on the field. And we will take it as well. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week. No score as of yet. The Gators battling the Cougars.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Let's take a look at the Gators' last 5 years. If we could, they've had some really good success. If we can, we'll check them in just a minute. We're going to get this play off, and we'll check that in a second. Pardon me. 1st and 10. Dropping back. Now looking for somebody to throw to. He's stuffed out of the pocket. Got some good running room. Picks up 15 yards. A big run across the 40 to the 38-yard line.
Great job by Chase Kelly. Hung in there as long as you possibly can, looking for somebody. And, I think he was looking for Jamaica, and so he could not get it to him. Now, where did he go? Again, I emphasize that, and I won't say it again. Not left or right, straight up the middle. Great job right there, Chase.
First and 10. And it looked like one of the defenders for the Cougars had him dead to rights, grabbed him by the shirt, and he was able to shake it. First and 10, the ball at the 38-yard line of the Gators. This time, he does hand off this time to Kraft, and Kraft, again, stuffed up. The middle of this defense is stout, and they are proving it here tonight.
Yeah, that's basically Spyro, number 7, linebacker. And the linebackers in your defense have to make plays. Here's Santa Ma the last 5 years, by district, regional, by district, missed the playoffs, by district. I know the feeling there when I was a head coach, that by district seemed like it haunted you or whatever. And the Gators are hoping to go further up the field this year.
This time pulls it back. He's going for it all. He finds his man. There he is. Millen right there. Jermichael, touchdown. 46-yard touchdown strike. The cannon goes off, and the Santa Ma Gators are on the board with 8:36 to go here in the first half.
And nice job right there. Play action pass, and just runs right by the strong safety. And Jamaica says, I could do this all night long. We could run this play again, Coach.
And they'll do the old swinging gate formation. And I never have understood that, Coach. Maybe you can explain it to me.
Well, I'm gonna give you a reference. Coach Dale Weiner. You know,
I know Dale Weiner very well.
That's where Seth Babin ran quarterback sneak to win 28-27 because we stopped the swinging gate.
Oh, my goodness. Jaro pokes it through, and we have a 7-0 ball game. 8:36 to go here in the half.
You don't remember that one because you were probably a small child then.
I was not a small child.
That game finished
at that
about
game, I believe.
12:30.
I do remember that game.
The lights went out in the pit.
I do remember it because I was a sideline reporter for somebody else. Didn't get over till a jillion years late.
And I tell you what, our kids, if you have two games in two halves, basically, right. And Catholic whipped our tails in the first half, and led by Seth Babin, going down the field.
I remember
and,
it well.
30 seconds left in the game. I chatted with him, texting. How much time was left? He said 30 seconds. I said, wow. Quarterback sneak, the only time we under center the whole time.
Wow.
Great
game. That was quite a game.
Yes.
Quite a game. Somebody ran into the light pole.
Well,
we had a lightning. Did we have a lightning delay?
I think that's why I'm not coaching there, because it was identified as my vehicle.
Oh, Lord. You were supposed to be on the field, not driving, Coach.
I was trying to find a place to park so I can get out of here in case the people didn't like what's happened there.
All right. Well, the Gators draw first blood on a nice drive. Started back at their 5-yard line, 11 plays, 95 yards, capped off by that 46-yard touchdown pass. This
nice
will be
return.
Number 6. He's got the running room. It's Strouder, and Strouder will be run out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Boy, great job on the kick. Everybody let it go through, and then Kennedy came through, returned it down the right sideline for nice little yardage to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, they pulled it back 5 yards and ran out of bounds a little bit sooner than I realized.
Strouder was your man, like you said. A lot of times we're saying a lot of the same names over and over on offense, defense, and special teams.
4 receivers in a lone setback. You've got Derensburg looking for the play from the sidelines. Again, we've seen a lot of different people play in the black and yellow, black and gold. We haven't seen a lot of different people playing here for the Cougars. This is the first handoff to number 24, second handoff to Brown, and Brown gets a few yards, in fact 6.
Well, it looked like it was a read play by the quarterback. Watch how he goes with him and then hands that ball off when you could see there's no way I'm going to keep it up here. All the gaps are closed up, and picks up a nice 8 yards on the play.
Yep, second and 2. Handoff again to Brown. Brown will get the first down as he crosses the 45 to the 46-yard line. Moving the pile.
So we got 8 minutes, basically, a little under 8 minutes left. Boy, I tell you what, it's been not a great deal better, but I think tremendously better as far as the heat and practice and stuff like that.
Well, I was about to say, it feels like a little bit of football weather with 85 degrees out there to start the game. This one, another skipper over to Evans. Well, he has really been short to Evans 3 times in a row to him.
I think, that when he goes to throw, he sees that hard corner. The hitch should not be open versus cover 2. Number 8, the defensive back Sanders. He's basically got anything around the 50-yard line right there. And if his man goes vertical and nobody shows up in the flat, he runs with him where we got a double team with the safety.
Got some time, steps into the pocket, throws across the middle and finds his man Evans. This time he wasn't short. Evans got some running room, changes his mind, goes back the other way, crosses the 25 to the 23-yard line.
Boy, a nice job there by Kennedy on the throw and catch on a square end. Watch this, at about 12 yards, and gets up the field. Good pursuit by the Gators.
That's the speed and shiftiness that Coach Elpage wanted to be using all game long. This will be a quarterback keeper. Oh, my goodness, he juked him pretty hard that time and able to make the move to the sideline and get close to the 10-yard line. He'll have to pick his cleats up after the ball game. But there's a flag down.
And they're out here pointing in a direction towards the outside, which means to me probably a wide receiver on a hold.
That's the second time that has happened, if that's the case. Wave it off.
Wave it off. I'm not really understanding that, but.
So Ben Jones, the referee, will wave that one off, and the play will stand. So the scamper nets them 6 yards. It brings up 2nd and 4.
Wide side of the field, here to the right. And, boy, you see your widest receiver lined up in here tight. Maybe he's going to the corner of that end zone.
Changing the play a little bit, telling his line
it's man to man.
Here we go. You're right. Going to the corner for the fade. And it's in his midst. And Evans touchdown. Check that. It is a touchdown. Sorry, I didn't see anybody signal. We're kind of blocked by the press box wall here. I didn't stick my head out, and I didn't see a signal, but it is a touchdown, and it was a beautiful play.
And
great camera work. Right into the pylon.
Boy, it looked like that thing was running right into your living room.
I mean, that's
nice pitch and catch right there by Kennedy.
Rev TV for you. This kick is up, and it is good. So we are tied 7-7 with 6:38 to go in the half. That was an excellent drive for the Cougars.
And got it with a few rushing plays, but mainly 2 long passes. One over the middle for a big gain, and then that corner, going to the corner of the end zone on that fade route to pick up the touchdown, and the kick was good.
There was 2 passes in a row to Evans after skipping him a few. That was a 7-play, 67-yard drive, capped off by the 12-yard touchdown pass.
All right, so this is what we haven't seen yet. Kennedy kicking off. You just saw the extra point guy. Didn't look real strong. I'm not real sure why you need to be on the 5-yard line, because, and I'm sure they scout because, look, Kennedy's won 2 games. So, they've scored points.
It's Luke. Nope, check that. Corey Sanders is on the top of your screen. Can't see him right at this second.
See what happens
Lowen
here.
will put his foot into it. It's a pretty good kickoff.
Very much so. Good job there.
Taken at the 5-yard line. He is speed demon up to the 30, and there's a flag flying. He will be down there, but let's sort out the play.
Reed Myers on the return for the Gators with a flag on the play.
Pardon me. Reed Myers was actually the man that returned that kick. We'll wait for the official signal. Regardless, it's going to be 1st and 10. We're just not sure where the ball is going to be spotted. It's definitely against Sandoval. Big penalty.
Not sure what personal foul penalty.
Think so. Helmet to helmet, possibly.
I know one thing. The guy that called it was he was basically a sideline guy on the Galvez. I mean the Sandoval sideline.
1st and 10 now, the ball all the way back at the 16-yard line. So 15-yard penalty against Sandoval, and another whistle blows. Offsides is the call.
Well, Sandoval gets 5. It's 1st and 5 now. And I'm going to tell you, if you're the Kennedy coach, these things got to frustrate you because 5 yards in this game, yardage is tough to get. And when you start with 1st and 5, that you're giving your opponent too much yardage right here.
Calling for the football is Kelly. Kelly, quick pass into the flats, right off the hands of his intended receiver, Kingston Jones, and that one's one you got to make right there.
No doubt about that.
He had some running room. He had picked up a little bit of steam, and he was moving. I'm really a little surprised. Now, they've had to do it because of the way that the defense has played for the Cougars, but they're not running the ball nearly as much as I expected them to. And again, I credit that to the defense of the Cougars. Several guys checking into the ball game.
Chase Kelly, number 10, checking in, getting the play. 2 backs in the backfield. I got that little sniffer back.
Looks left. Now going right, rolls, got some running room. Sidesteps and moves to the outside. He's got the 1st down. A big block. A helmet will fly. And a huge gain for Chase Kelly.
Smart play right here. Watch. Can't see. Going to keep it. Nice little zig move right there. And staying low, getting out of bounds, getting plus yardage right there and not having to take a big hit.
Another flag. Oh, my goodness. Negates an incredible play by Chase Kelly. Again, personal foul. So that'll back them up 15. They had the 1st down. That will negate the run and the big gain and the 1st down. So they are going the wrong direction here. We should have a hydration timeout, and we do. So we'll reset everything right here. But let's take a look at the 5A non-district games for the week. Week 3 this weekend. Of course, this game was supposed to be played on Friday because of the official shortage. They asked them to move it to today, and here we are, and that's what you see first. Covington will be at Dutchtown on REV TV Sports 1. Homecoming for Dutchtown tomorrow. East Ascension at Destrehan. Liberty will be at Denham Springs. Bonneville at Live Oak. And Mandeville will travel a very short trip to Walker. Should be some good ones this weekend.
So we'll have Jolie Hartman at halftime after the band performs. You can see the band is on the sidelines.
They are streaming in. They're ready to rock.
So Sandoval has a new principal, has a couple assistant principals that are new also. Maybe not to the school, but in that position. And right now in the fall sports, you have cross country going on, well underway. You have swimming, well underway. And, of course, you have football and then volleyball also.
Tell you what, His cough. Apologize. So it brings up 2nd down and 13. They had the 1st down, but the personal foul call backed them up 15 yards. Working out of the shadow of their own end zone. Still got time to throw it. Now he's got to get out from under it, and he just misses man. Looked like it was going to be intercepted. Luckily, it was dropped.
A lot of man-to-man, it looks like to me. And, Jamaica, when he scored the touchdown, that safety or strong safety, whatever you want to call it, was real hard on him, and Jamaica just ran right by him.
Dumps it. Oh, man, it hit number 4. Of course, we know who that is. That's Evans. Right in the hands on the tip drill. Wishes he had that one back. And Santa Maria is luckily
Big
they
play
got away
right
with it.
here.
3rd and 13. Dropping back. Has to sidestep. Dumps it off. Finds his man. It's Williams. Williams has got some running room. Williams, it's going to be a foot race to the 40. Still on his feet. Finally ridden to the turf at the 32-yard line. Holy cow, what a play.
Tyree Williams, nice job with the screen pass. Well executed. Good job with the offensive lineman going downfield. Look at him up there. Picked up right there. Went untouched through defensive secondary people and was able to get caught for a long gain.
42 yards to be exact. Ernest Lyons is the one that chased him down. He was the cornerback on the other side of the field who chased him down.
Nice play there by Williams. Might be something that Coach Seth Babin said, we might need to go back to this.
Big tight end Seth Sheets will check into the game. Now they hand off to 4, that being Kyron Kraft. And Kraft has really battled for not a lot of yards, but he's getting some hard-fought yardage and real estate in the middle of that line.
Well, 7-7, just under 5 minutes left in the half. We'll have the Santa Maria Band at halftime, and after that, an interview with Jolie Hartman.
Second down and 7. Uh-oh. Looking for somebody to throw to. Now he's just dancing, jitterbugging. Now he finds his man. It'll be Kyron Kraft, and I don't know how he managed to do it. He looked like a water bug out there and picks up the 1st down, picking up 10.
Well, Kraft fakes it, then he goes out in the flat. Kelly finds a way to get away from everyone, then flips it over there. But look, this is what it's all about that I can appreciate. The whole time Kelly has the ball, his eyes are downfield right there, Jimmy. And saw Kraft, got an open lane right there, flipped it to him, and Kraft picks up the 1st down.
7th play of this drive, handoff to Williams. Williams is going to battle his way in. Boy, I tell you what, Calvin Sparrow, I don't know how many tackles he has, but he's got 5 or 6 already tonight, and he has been a big force along with Kennedy Tyler coming up from a safety spot.
It is a war in there between the defensive line and the offensive line. The big 64 coming in the game.
Connor Darr checking in as well for the Gators. Whistles a blow, and that's not a good timeout. Cougars.
Well,
check that. I'm sorry. Timeout Gators. Timeout Gators.
I like what I see from Coach Oliver and Coach Babin on this, that they're being patient. You say, golly, we just gained 2 yards on that play. They're not giving up on the run. They know Kraft and they know Williams are going to make plays, maybe not tremendous plays in the run game, but they're going to get 1st downs. And so they've both been involved in the passing game.
Let's take a look at how John F. Kennedy and really how has been Coach Elpage that has really taken things over, because he came in 4 years ago. They missed the playoffs. They missed, and they went to by district, and then they got to the quarters. They won a district last year.
And that quarterfinal loss, I believe, was to U High.
I think it was Edie White.
Edie White or U High. I think they both played for the state championship. And so
Either way, it was a good season for them. 10-2 is a lot better than 5-5, no matter how you look at it.
You better believe it.
It's pretty good analysis on Coach. Thanks.
I'll take it.
Brings up 2nd and 8. Uh-oh. Never good when the whistle blows again. Right out of a timeout. 3:17 to go here in the half.
The white hat goes in there. No, the referee says, I think we need to move it back slightly.
Well, we definitely can't go to the replay because there is no replay in high school football yet. I wouldn't take, you never know.
But,
Coach.
we could watch it.
We can tell them exactly.
And you can holler down at them.
There you go. No, you're 6 inches off. Now they got the nose of the football at the 19. 2nd and 8. Dropping back. Got plenty of time. Offensive line holds, looking downfield. Finds his man. He's out of bounds. Did he get in? He's out of bounds at the 1-inch line. I don't think he crossed the pylon. Yes, he did. They did. He got the ball. All he had to do was get it inside the pylon. What an incredible play for his receiver, Brody Kernan. And Kernan has only caught one pass. Now through 2 passes.
Coming right at you here, folks. Right here.
Boom.
In.
We got it. Pylon cam.
He knew exactly. I guarantee you he's been coached that way, and I guarantee he's seen it many times on TV. That pylon means you're what? Touchdown.
Touchdown. That's right. And he held it with both hands. He didn't just hold it out with one hand. He got it with both hands.
Great job right there with our camera crew and the Gator offense.
We have got some good camera guys out here, and this one is up for Gyro and good. And the Gators take a 14-7 lead with 3:07 to go here in the first half. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more in the end of this first half as the Gators take the lead 14-7 over the Cougars on the REV Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
And we're back, 3:07 left to go in the half, and the Gators, boy, it was a shaky drive. That drive started back at their own 11-yard line. They had 2 personal foul calls, ended up with a 9-play drive, of course, capped off by the 19-yard touchdown pass from Kelly to Kernan. Gyro puts his foot into it. Will be taken at the goal line by number 6. He's got a little bit of running room. And that was a Strouder, and Strouder will get across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Nice return right there.
And he will take it to the house. We'll take it to the house. We'll take it to the 26-yard line, a 26-yard return. Let's take a look at the Santa Maria Gators schedule coming up.
Now, Opelousas, don't let that fool you. That's a good athletic team right there. Then you got, that's going to be homecoming, not homecoming, Hall of Fame game. And then Jefferson Rise, that's going to be homecoming. Then East Ascension is in the middle of the schedule. And that's with the schedule that we're having.
Fumble.
Pick it up.
He's going to scoop and score. At least he's going to scoop. Number 95 wanted to score. He didn't quite get there. Jai Joseph, he just dropped the ball. Nobody hit the ball out of his hand. He dropped it. And the Gators were right there to pick it up.
Yeah, you're not protecting that right there. And just like he said, 86 got to look to block somebody. Good job defensively right there, Kyron Hill. Boy, I tell you what, that's a lineman's dream right there, Jimmy.
I know it. I can only imagine. Well, he gets it to the 5-yard line, and he gives his offense an incredible position to make some hay here with 2:48 to go in the half.
Well, let's see what the Gators are going to do. They're going to be in spread.
Whistles will blow the play dead.
We've had about 5 of those tonight.
Offsides this time, not procedure. The second offsides call against the Cougars tonight. .246 to go. Half the distance to the goal puts them at about the 2.5-yard line.
Can't get a first down, but you could always score. That'll make Coach Oliver happy.
Make a lot of people happy in the stands as Kyron tries to get in. Kraft still pushing. He's still on his feet. But they blow the play dead. They blow the play dead. The question is, did they blow it on the forward progress around the 5 or back up around the 11? I think around the 5 or 6.
I think it's going to be a to 1 or 2.
You're right.
Like trap block right there.
Boy, that was a good effort. You were right. It gets it down to the 1. Tremendous effort by Kraft. I mean, he has just fought in between the tackles.
You're going to love watching him this year.
Timeout is going to be called, I believe. Some confusion offensively. So the referee is coming to talk to the coaching staff. He is gesturing rather demonstratively at the offense for the Gators.
Maybe the effort by Kraft right there didn't stop, and I would assume they're telling both teams, timeout, Santa Ma. When they blow that whistle, everything needs to stop.
Right. But I also understand as a running back or even as a tackler, you're in the midst of a play and you can't necessarily just pull your body or make it stop in midair. And you're also just keyed up, you're just keyed up.
Santa Ma in the past, Coach Oliver loves this, had that heavy package, and not real certain if maybe with this timeout they might get into the heavy package where the Gators are under center and they're handing the ball off. And
we've looked at the Santa Ma schedule. Let's take a look at the Cougar schedule. Again, they're a 3A team, and they have played some pretty tough teams. They played Higgins and Terrebonne. We talked about that. They've got Carver coming up. Of course, Santa Ma beat Carver by 40. And then Live Oak, Sarah T. Reed, Livingston Collegiate. I'm not real familiar with them. Haynes Academy, Patrick Taylor, and Sophie B. Wright. My favorite name for high school.
And Live Oak, if that name sounds familiar, that's also in the Gators. There's a heavy package.
Yeah, they're going for it. They're pushing it, and they hand off to Williams. Williams straight into the end zone, touchdown. A 2-yard scamper, a 1.5-yard scamper at the 2-minute mark. And the Gators take a 20-7 lead.
And, that's exactly how you want to perform right there. Offensively, you're in the huddle. You get them lined up. First time they've shown that. I'm sure they've shown that on film. And pretty big hole right there, Jimmy, to get into.
Yeah, you got to hand it to Elijah Thornton and Dominic Vizzini. Whistles blow. The extra point is no good. And what a football game we have on our hands. So the extra point is no good. Tries to dump it in.
Well, I know you have a number of options off of that, but, my thoughts maybe is that the Gators continue to make it a 2-score game with 2 extra points. Possibly the kicking game of Kennedy will not be able to be successful on an extra point. But that guy was wide open, just did not execute it like I know Coach Oliver would like it done.
So Ja Rowe will have an opportunity to put his foot into it once again with 1:59 on the clock here in the first half. Great halftime for you. Of course, we will have the Gator Marching Band and all the festivities there. Jolie Hartman will be up here to talk with Coach Swacker, and, well, we'll just have a great time here at halftime. This one is booted.
It's been wide open to this right side.
Kingston Jones. Jones will be swarmed under finally at the 30, make that to 29.
Jones, I'm going to tell you what, he is a hard runner. And just how you're supposed to return these kicks. Full speed and just gets by the initial surge and picks up nice gain right there all the way out to the 29-yard line. Just under 2 minutes left in the first half.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They're going to see if they can march down the field in just under 2 minutes and see what they can do if he can get in the end zone here. Dropping back. He's got plenty of time. His offensive line's doing a fine job of giving him time, but there's just nobody to throw to. The coverage downfield was excellent. It was just great. They managed to stick with every receiver.
And this guy right here, 17, was open, but he just, when he threw the ball to him, he just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, that's Kenneth Chelsea. But, I guess I should also mention that Santa Ma's only rushing 3. They're dropping 8.
And watch what they're doing in the secondary. They got 3 safeties deep. So 8 doesn't have to run down the field.
Dumps it off. Finds his man Strouder. Strouder goes down hard, face first, and picks up 4. Make that 6, sorry. Not in a big hurry with 1:30 to go. 3rd and 4. The ball resting at the 45-yard line, the 35-yard line. You would expect them to kind of have a little bit more giddy up in their game. But when you can throw it like they can and have, you don't really have to struggle too fast. Across the middle. Oh, my goodness. He would have gone forever if it not hung on to his jersey. Strouder makes an incredible catch. But I don't know how. I believe.
Watch the throw and catch. 3 very good athletic plays. There's 1, 2, and then 3. Strouder holding on for not dear life, but actually stopping for a big play there.
Braylon Williams is the guy that grabbed the jersey and would not let go. This is going to be a loss on the play. Nowhere to go for Derensburg. Rock makes the stop, along with Joseph.
Got to throw the ball downfield, one of these throws.
32 seconds to go, and he flushed out of the pocket once again. He's going to run it himself. He gets the first down and out of bounds. He picks up 12. Clock stops at 23 seconds to go. It was Cameron Hill that chased him out of the pocket. He was giving him chase the whole time, but no way that I'm afraid our defensive end was going to be able to catch up with the speedy quarterback.
Well, by the time he gets out of there and you got all the vertical routes, it's a lot of cushion right there that he's able to pick up some yardage.
Dropping back, 22 seconds to go. Fires across the middle, finds his man, Strouder. Strouder makes a great catch. He's brought down by number 38, Anthony Salazzulo. They're going fast now, and they'll spike it. They'll clock it at 9 seconds, so they've got 1, maybe 2 plays. A great catch again by Strouder. Watch him here. Sanders also right there to make the initial hit. But the way he picked it out of the air, I mean, I'm impressed with that.
And, just think about this in the second half. Is the running game going to be part of their offense?
Clock's running. 3 seconds. Nobody's up to the line. Well, that's it. That's the half. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but if they did, they shouldn't have charged the timeout.
I don't know if they may not have had a timeout left. Yeah, there's a coach coming out over there.
Everybody off the sidelines. Band's got to get back. Everybody, this is kind of reminiscent of
I saw Coach Oliver moving to that locker room.
Yep.
Coach Oliver had the guy said, get into the locker room.
But it's definitely not. If they call this back, it's not the clock operator's fault. It was the referee said run the clock.
The white hat. That's his job.
Ran the clock. So I don't understand.
Let's see what he does right here after he starts the 25-second clock.
Well, they put 9 seconds back on the clock, so I don't understand it, but whatever. We've got one more play at least. Throwing to the sideline, steps out of bounds is Evans. That only took 3 seconds, so.
This is going to be interesting right here because, Coach Thomasy, the defensive coordinator, you got to figure out what are you going to do, because if the quarterback's able to be an athlete back there,
yep.
And he's going to run around, well, that's going to be the end of the half. But he's still going to be able to get one off, possibly. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens if see what the Gators do. You want to go man-to-man?
They're kicking a field goal. Kicking a field goal is going to be a 37, 38-yard kick. Whoa. So Lulin, Evans will hold it. 37-yard field goal attempt. Now the clock will run. Oh, check that. They got the clock down to 5 seconds, not 6. And
good job.
Timeout called by the Cougar,
by the Gators. And what are you thinking right here, Coach? Why did Santa Maria call timeout? What's your thoughts?
Just to ice the kicker. I mean, I don't know.
That could be a possibility. There's no doubt about it.
They just weren't ready
but
for it.
Just to make sure everybody is on page of who's got who. If it's a fake, if it's a block, pick it up and go. Don't fall on it. Because you do not see field goals a whole lot in high school football and stuff like this. So, just make sure everybody's on the right page.
Don't forget at halftime, we have a great halftime interview with Jolie Hartman.
I don't know. Hopefully she'll make it.
All right, let's see if the 37-yard field goal attempt from the right hash. We'll see if they actually do kick it, Coach, just like you said. This team is certainly not above.
They got two corners back there, two guys deep.
Nope. Kick is up. The whistle blew. It is good, but it won't count. And a called timeout now by the Cougars. So, 4 seconds to go. And it's been an exciting half of football, Coach. I mean, it was a sloppy first quarter, but then it just went kind of, everything kind of got settled down for both teams.
Well, I think Santa Maria started having a little bit of success with the run and pass, and not big runs. Chase Kelly maybe some big runs.
Right.
But Kraft came on strong. Nice little pass plays, and then they got some turnovers and they made something happen on the scoring end off of those turnovers.
Okay, we've had 9 seconds on the clock for the last 10 minutes. We'll see if we can get the last 9 seconds played. We're at 5 right now. I think this is probably going to do it. We're going to get it. Something's going to happen here. Again, they're going to attempt a 37-yard field goal by the senior place kicker.
There's nobody out there on the left.
Check that, junior place kicker.
A little bit short and to the right.
This time is no good, and that will send us to the locker room. What an exciting half of football it has been. The Santa Maria Gators leading the John F. Kennedy Cougars 20-7. We've got a great halftime show coming up for you, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You are watching the REV Game of the Week.
REV Business started small in 1935. We built our reputation by providing hometown service with Louisiana hustle. For nearly 90 years, we've expanded across our great state, through the swamps and across the Mississippi, bringing fiber optics from the capital to the North Shore, all to connect your business with the world. REV is about big business technology with small business personal service.
For a limited time, get up to $300 off business services. Call or visit us today at letsrev.biz.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Lamar Dixon's role from an entertainment standpoint is to be an economic engine for South Louisiana and Ascension Parish, to create an environment that people don't have to really leave their home in South Louisiana to have a world-class entertainment value. The partnership between Lamar and Rev has been a seamless marriage that I don't know how we lived without, and really knew what they were talking about and took the time to learn what we did instead of just sell us a product. I knew that that was going to be our company for life. I highly recommend Rev Business.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
This baby will get your heart racing as much as your slick new devices do. Switch to REV. No contracts, no data caps, no nonsense. Just all fiber internet all the time. Build your plan at letsrev.com. Let's Rev. Internet speed so fast, you're gonna need seatbelts for your sofa. Switch to REV. No contracts, no data caps, no nonsense. Just all fiber internet all the time. Build your plan at letsrev.com. Let's Rev.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. The band is getting set up, and they've got some kind of setup here. It's going to be awesome. Coach, what do you think about this first half?
Well, I think you're going to get some merit badges for tent work. Then we're going to check out the fire that will be built. And if you can start the fire without a match,
shoot the cannon at it.
Yeah, the cannon could be used right here.
Well, I am excited about
I'm looking at Joey Nasser. He's going around like he's a Cub Scout manager or pack manager, checking out everybody to make sure that they are on the right hash mark, the right number. Everybody's ready to go.
Well, let's talk quickly about this first half. I think, again, some penalties, especially on that. What was really strange is the personal foul calls that they had on that big drive. It's just, I really thought that would stop them, but they didn't. And we're going to get to the band in just a second. But
well, there were so many 5-yard penalties that were crucial against Kennedy. And, the Gators, it looked like Chase Kelly took a little time just to get going. But I really like what I see. Let's go right here to our halftime, the Gator Marching Band.
Please join me in welcoming your 2023 Santa Monica High School Marching Band. Tonight we present the first 3 parts of our competition show, Into Thin Air, featuring the music of John Adams, Bobby McFerrin, James Dooley, and Richard Salcedo. Under the field direction of drum majors Elijah Elliott, Maggie Lovell, and Peyton Wingberger. Drum majors, is your band ready? Santa Monica Band, the field is yours.
There are men for whom the unattainable has a special attraction. Usually, they're not experts. Their ambition and fantasies are strong enough to brush aside the doubts which more cautious men might have. Determination and faith are their strongest weapons. Everest Base Camp, 17,600 feet. 24,500 feet.
We continue tonight's halftime with the Santa Monica High Spirit Band, which is made of all wind, percussion, color guard, and Gatorette members at Santa Monica High School. We begin our spirit show with an energetic dance routine by the Santa Monica High School Gatorette, featuring this 2010 hit by Tayo Cruz. Choreographed by Joey Pruitt, here is Dynamite. your best shot. All right, Gator Nation, get on your feet and cheer for your Gators. Go Gators! The San Juan High School Band Director is Joseph Nasser. Assistant Directors are Andrew Graham and Alexis May. Color Guard instructors are Stephanie Montoya.
Here we are back at the pit with the Gators with a halftime score lead of 20-7 over the Cougars from Kennedy. I have with me Jolie Hartman, 08 homecoming queen, and just has not left the parish.
Absolutely not. Well, yeah, I did for a little bit to go play college soccer in Mississippi my first 2 years, and then got a phone call from Coach O as soon as I got back home my 2 years, and asked if I wanted to be assistant girls soccer coach, and I said yep, and then 11 years later was the head, and now I've retired from that job, and now I'm just here with you tonight, Coach Slack.
And are you here to tell us that you're going to retire sometime soon, or is that?
Oh, I wish if Ascension Parish School Board would let me, absolutely. But no, I am here for the long haul. I'm only on year 7 as an educator, so about 23 more years to go. So I definitely have a lot more ahead of me.
All righty, Jolie. Let's just talk about the changes. Your boss and a number of the bosses, the administrators, there have been some changes at Santa Monica High School. Tell our people out here in REV TV land what's going on at Gatorland.
Yeah, Gatorland, we had a bit of a shakeup, during the summer. Congratulations to our old principal, Miss Bev Tompley. She is now
used to be my tennis coach.
That's right. She is now our in the school board. She's over high school, director of high schools, and then our new principal, Miss Christina Carter, and then associate principal, Miss Kelly Gonzalez, then assistant principal, Tara Jones, assistant principal, Amy Navarre, assistant principal, Valerie Hall, assistant principal, Angela Boudreau. I mean, we have such a phenomenal administrator, and I just would love to give them a shout out because the beginning of this year has been ran so smooth. Just who they are and what they bring to our campus has been such a light on all of us and the faculty, and we're just very grateful to have such a strong leadership that's pulling us all in the right direction.
And I think you have told me this, and Coach Oliver, Christina Carter.
Yes.
I've never met her, but totally in favor of athletics.
Oh, absolutely.
And as an athletic director and as a coach, you because that person right there, Jolie, in one word, can make you or break you.
Absolutely.
Yes or no?
I absolutely love Miss Christina Carter because of just everything that she brings. But, I mean, we have a faculty week. You know, she sends out the next week's bulletin, and it's always showing LSU games and who dat and this and that. I mean, she's in a fantasy football league with us, so, like, why not have fun with her? But, yeah, she is very supportive of everything at Santa Mall High School, all athletic events and all extracurricular activities.
Well, one piece of advice, Jolie, watch her close if you beat her.
I know. And I'm like, I always tell her, like, hey, when we play, it's just friends, man.
All right, and then the week following that, which I guess will be next week, the week following this week. So
yeah,
they're going to have this thing called the Hall of Fame. You know anything about that?
The only thing I know is I know of this tall guy that's being inducted into Santa Mall High School Athletic Hall of Fame. I might have seen him a few times here and there, but
it used to be tall, dark, and handsome, but now it's just tall. I understand that, okay?
But yes, from me and my family, Coach Slack, congratulations.
Yes, because your family's a part of my family.
You deserve this. We were so excited to hear your name that's being inducted into Santa Mall High Athletic Hall of Fame, which is next Thursday is your introduction.
Yes.
Got a banquet going on, and then next Friday, Coach Slack comes back to the pit and actually on the pit, and his name would be said
I like to be on that field
on
out
the
there.
PA system with 5 other people that are being inducted
I'm
with
really
you.
interested to see Amanda Mason and Coco. I hadn't seen Coco in a while. I hadn't seen Amanda Mason forever.
Yeah.
She was a true athlete at this school, being a cheerleader and in 3 or 4 sports or whatever. So,
yeah.
So after the Opelousas Hall of Fame week, then it's homecoming, and you're playing Jefferson Rise.
Yes, brand new school coming here at the pit for our homecoming, which, I mean, just thinking about Santa Mall High in general, these next 3 weeks are huge for our school, welcoming back some alumni, getting inducted next week, and then homecoming week, which what a special week. Any Santa Mall High alumni listening these next 2 weeks, come back to the pit, come back, support the Gators, and come bring back a little memory from when you were at Santa Mall these next 2 weeks. And then, Coach Slack, what do we have in week 6? What do you see down there?
Well, I think, the Gators are the Spartans. They're trying to figure out, let's change this up a little bit. But I talked to Coach Oliver the other day, and it wasn't a Santa Mall thing. It wasn't an EA thing. It was basically Livingston Parish. No, we don't go for that rivalry thing because there's 3 of them in Ascension, 3 of them in Livingston. So they just pulled out names out of a hat. And so week 6 is Santa Mall EA game. And any changes as the Gators come out to the sideline? Any changes in the format, or have y'all gone over anything?
Yeah, so last year we've decided that both schools are going to host their own pep rally on Thursday night before the game. So Santa Mall High will have it here at the pit, and East Ascension will have it at their stadium, EA Stadium. And just to bring both communities out to the field and celebrate, just our community, because we are such a great community that supports both schools in everything that they do and these student athletes. So during EA week, we'll have a big pep rally here on Thursday night to just kind of pump up our football players in our community and hope everybody can get to EA that Friday, October 6th.
And the game's at EA this year?
The game is at East Ascension, and they kind of did us wrong because that's also the start of fall break. So we got a big EA game Friday, and then we're all off until that Tuesday. So they did pretty good, but, a lot of people will be on their little fall break
and Miss
trip.
Edith Walker, she decided all of this?
I don't know. I think it was when we did this football thing.
I know my good friend would not have done that.
Yeah, I think it was definitely when the head coaches got together with Livingston Parish and they pulled out a hat because they did Santa Mall wrong. We got homecoming and EA week back to back. This is our 2nd straight year doing that. But yeah.
Well, Jolie, I appreciate everything that you do, man. I'm just going to tell you, if you leave Santa Mall, you think they're going to have to hire 5 people to take your place. They're only going to hire 1, baby.
That's right.
And
That's right, Coach.
Really appreciate everything that you're doing. all your hard work as a soccer coach and as a mentor to the freshmen and stuff like that. Very much appreciated.
Yeah.
And we will see you down the road. Take care,
Yes, y'all hear my voice next week, and they're trying an onside kick. Let's see if Jefferson, and they did.
Great job. We got her filling in, doing a great job on play-by-play as well.
And basically, we got a replay right here. Wow. And wow, that was about as excellent a job on an onside kick that I've seen.
Unbelievable.
And I'm glad Jolie, as sharp as she is, she just picked that up. I was waiting on them to spread out, but, you know.
Well, it looks like they kicked off on the wrong side of the field. They flipped everybody around. Nope, we're switching back. All right, we're playing musical chairs. So now we go back.
I see the linesman on the Santa Maria side just puts his hands up in the air, going. So I'm whoever the center guy is, and it's usually linemen that are there, and maybe linebackers. They timed this out perfectly, and luckily nobody touched it. You know, all kinds of good things there for Kennedy.
All right, they start 1st and 10 on the Gator 47-yard line. Going for it all on first down, first play, just overthrows his intended receiver. Didn't really overthrow necessarily, it just led him a little too much. It was intended for Kingston Jones, and man, they are coming to play here in the third quarter.
And I want to just tell you, a rule for a defensive back, a general rule, is to backpedal on the snap in most cases. And I'm going to just tell you, the safeties, you got about a 10 to 12 to 15-yard cushion. They may have to get starting blocks.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Let's see what they do this time. Under center, well, not under center, but at quarterback is Darrensburg. Darrensburg will hand it off to Brown. Brown will muscle his way for 9, and he'll be stood up. They'll give him 8, I believe. I don't think he's going to quite make 9, but that was still a great run, and then that defense stiffened. Got to the second level, and then they got nailed.
And you know what? Might be one of their better runs by the running back tonight. And, you know, you got to wonder, all right, they picked up 8 yards right there. But you have to wonder, was Santa Maria a little bit on their toes or heels, or I should guess. And so here we go, see if you got a run here on this 2 yards.
Going to pull it back. Slings it out, intended for number 6, Jonathan Strouder, and just let him get a little too much.
You got to be able to catch that. He had to be peeking because your wide receiver was downfield blocking the corner.
And he had lots of room to run. Lots of room to run. All right, brings up 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They tried a 37-yard field goal on 4th down with 5 seconds to go in the half. They missed it. They're going for it on 4th and 2.
Well, it looks like they're playing man-to-man in the secondary.
5 wides, empty backfield, looking for somebody to throw to. It's a jailbreak. He's being chased out of the pocket. Looking for somebody to throw to, can't find anybody. He'll turn the corner and come up short.
Got a flag on the play. Jimmy got holding. That's usually on the offensive line in that area right there. Coach Oliver sends out the troops. Good job. So basically this is what I'd have to tell the team. You know, we were supposed to get the ball to start the second half. Our defense made sure we got the ball to start the second half. Coach Oliver refuses it. A holding call, midfield. Let's just say if the Santa Maria Gators would have recovered that onside kick, this is about where they would be. So no harm, no foul.
Yep, just ran 4 extra plays, that's all. Gators will take over 1st and 10, and they certainly came on strong in the latter half of the second quarter. Sluggish start in the first quarter, but they definitely made up for it. Handoff. This time to Kyron Kraft, and Kraft looked like he was going, and then all of a sudden he was mowed down at the waist. Picks up 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7. Thomas on the play for the Cougars. Nicholas Thomas, the 210-pound senior, 6'2" defensive end.
Well, here's another one comes across.
He'll pull it himself. He pulls it back, does Kelly. It was a little run-pass option, and he took it himself.
Well, it looked like they might have been running a little, if you watch it right here on the replay. Watch the defensive end. If he comes down inside, there he is, 20. He pulls it and does a good job of staying low, not getting hit, and having a big play. Could be 2 down territory right here.
Brings up 3rd down and 3. Ball right at the midfield stripe.
Got 7 people at the line of scrimmage.
Pulls it back, knocked out of the air. That's what you were talking about several times, the fact that little dump-off pass is often batted down.
And they were bringing the house right there.
So they'll let Jaro punt this one away. And, man, look at the paw on that guy. Nice job that time for Hurley McDonald.
If anybody catches that, me or you catches that, we're scoring.
Forget about it. Couldn't catch me in a week, Mud.
You could have pole vaulted from the 50-yard line on in.
That's right. That's right. Coach Boudreaux would have been proud. Low snap, gets the punt away. High, short punt, though. Fair catch is called, and they'll make the grab. That was Evans on the catch, takes it at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Cougars will have it 1st and 10. 9:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. A back and forth. This is kind of how the 1st quarter started.
Exactly. But we saw something on that first play of the second half that he's got to be thinking, or he had to have a coach in that press box over there that said, we were open on a vertical route.
Because they didn't really take a bunch of shots down in the first half.
And so
First and 10 Cougars from their own 20. Going in motion. And that one is caught, but behind, again, another lateral play. It looked like it was behind the quarterback. Luckily, number 5 was able to make the catch. That's Rallo Igana. Brings up 2nd. They lose. It was definitely behind. They lose 8 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd and 18. Clock rolling, 2nd and 18. Dropping back, looking for somebody to throw to, being chased. Again, he dumps it off to his safety valve receiver who's got some running room, and that was number 3, Joey Davis, the first time we've seen him catch a ball tonight, and I believe a flag flew. The watch here. Had a safety valve, and then I think at the end of the play, somebody's going to grab either a horse collar or a face mask. Face mask without question.
No doubt. Around that helmet area.
That's the easiest call Dr. Jones has made all night. Personal foul, face mask, 15 yards, and that'll move him forward 15. Let's take a look at the non-district games coming up next week. Got some good ones.
Well, you got St. Helena, and boy, what a tragic thing happened at St. Helena with the killing of one of their football players. And not real certain what's happening today, but then you see the rest of them. Dutchtown's open date. I thought it was this week. It's next week. Alexandria at East Ascension. Opelousas here. That's going to be a REV game. And Franklinton at Denham Springs and Kentwood at Walker. All next week, week 4 of the football season.
Gosh, it's hard to believe. This is week 3.
It goes by quick. And I'm going to tell you, I talked to the seniors when I was head coach. It is amazing how fast this year goes.
Yep.
And before you know it, you've graduated and you go, what am I going to do now? It looks like you got an issue with the chains.
Yeah, I got a little tangled up on the last play, it looked like. So that's something. We'll take a quick break, let them sort out the chain, gang, and we'll be back right after this. 20-7 is the score. Gators leading over the Cougars. Back right after this.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
And we're back. They untangled the chain. I think they're still working on one of the down markers, but I think we're going. Here we go. Handoff on the end route. It's going to be a halfback pass. Evans down the line. It's knocked away. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Lane Swanson. Swanson's got some room. He will be run out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Swanson tipped it to himself, and he took it himself.
Make sure if you're in the secondary, I know Coach Thomas, he's going to be proud of this, that you are deeper than the who?
Than the receiver.
Deepest man. There you go, another receiver. And, boy, was that an excellent play. And then, if you got a replay, watch the blocking right here. All over the place. And who's that, Swanson?
Yep.
Did an excellent job of getting all the way down to the 35-yard line, probably about a 30-yard return. Excellent job right there.
Lane has 2 interceptions on the year, only in game 3, so that's a pretty good mark for that young man.
Well, if you're one of those center field guys, on the long plays, you have chances to make things like that happen.
1st and 10 from the Cougar 35-yard line. Got twins, or 2 receivers. We'll check that. Look at Kelly's looking for it all. Bounces. I thought it might have been a little early on the contact, but there's no flag. Pretty well defended that time by Evans.
Well, I thought they were going to go to Jamaica. I saw him. Well, that was open right there, wide open, just a little short on the pass.
Yep.
Kelly's arm has never been really strong, but it has made some massive improvements in some of the throws that I've seen here tonight, to where you can compete, with him at any passing league. He's going to be able to read coverages and stuff like that, but get the ball down the field, not a problem for him.
2nd down and 10. This time we'll hand off to Williams. Williams is going to barrel his way across the 32-yard line before they'll mark him down. Long 3rd and 8. 3rd and 7, actually.
Jamaica Million coming in. Going to the 4 receiver look. How about the little draw, little screen that they ran earlier?
Caven Taylor is also into the ball game. He's streaking down the right side, and they're going to overthrow the intended receiver, Jaro, and it'll bring up 4th down. Question is, do you try to pin him here? It's a long 4th down. Angle it for the coffin corner.
How about get him to jump? That hasn't been a
You're going to have to jump twice, Coach. They got 8 yards to go.
They have 8 yards, but Kraft says, I can get 3.
I see what you're saying. Now I get it.
There it is.
Okay.
And now you got Kraft. It's Williams in there. You got to get 8. Sorry, I thought it was going to be 3. You got to get 8 now.
Dropping back. Flush steps up into the pocket. It's going to throw on the run. Looking for his man down the field. Million can't quite catch up to it. It was an excellent effort by the quarterback, Kelly.
See, that's what I'm talking about. His arm is plenty strong enough. That was a nice throw, and threw it exactly where you needed it to throw. Million had to kind of get under it. Just could not quite get there in time. But the only person that had a shot was Jamaica Million.
Yeah, no question. It's still the way he stepped up into the pocket. We've talked about that the last couple of games. We've seen some quarterbacks that have we see college quarterbacks that don't necessarily step into the pocket like they should.
I'm telling you, I'm not real certain how much you can coach that, but I'm going to just tell you, when your quarterback steps up looking at the coverage, you got a quarterback.
Yep. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. 7:06 to go in the third. Brown goes in motion, taking himself. It's got Derensburg. Derensburg got all kinds of room to run. Finally, it will be Swanson laying his shoulder pads into him, but not before he gains 24 yards.
A little look at the screen, not much of a look. And right up the middle right there, big gainer on the play.
Picks up 24 and brings it across the midfield into Gator territory. This time he will hand off to Brown, and Brown, you can't hardly find him. He's a bowling ball of a running back, and he is right on the snout of the Gator. Picks up 4.
Thomas Leonard, defensive lineman. The Gators with 3 down linemen, 3-2 look.
4 receivers are going to hand off to Brown, and Brown is going to be met right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard in, by Thomas Leonard.
Impressive right there with 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers. You got 5-on-5 blocking with the offensive line, and they're able to stop him for no gain.
Leonard's the leading tackler coming into the ball game for the Gators. And that is our water break timeout. We're not going to take a break. I'm going to go and see if our cameraman, Jake, can take a look at a setup that we have here. I don't know if you realize, people out in TV land, the incredible technology that high school teams have. What they're doing is looking at a television screen and diagnosing plays that they just did.
And it's going upstairs, and then it's fed down into sideline, and basically, that's Coach Babin right there. Now look, guys, this guy right here, wait just a second, and he's going to be open in the flat right here. Good job, Chase, keeping your eyes on everything. But look, we have people that are open. We can score on some long balls right there. We just got to protect them. We got to get the ball down there. So there's all types of things. And look, offensive linemen, they're not going to be watching receivers and stuff. They're going to be watching to see exactly what they did in order for the Santa Ma maybe to change some blocking assignments or any routes, or maybe hit this hole a little bit wider. It's really good stuff.
Just tremendous technology that all the way down to the high school level is amazing. I mean, markers and a whiteboard is about all we had, if we were that lucky.
Well, here's the Gators coming. Linebackers kind of cheated up. Not real sure if they got a check off here for Kennedy. Looks like he's going to sprint out left.
3rd and long, looking to throw. And he does, intended for his receiver, number 11, Ronald White. And White kind of got shielded by a defender. I don't think he saw the ball, really.
That's Thomas making all kinds of plays. And now they're saying, Thomas, you need to get out there and cover that receiver. And the ball just zipped by his ear. He never saw it.
And I don't think the receiver did either. And it brings up 4th down.
So you could be going for a 1st down here. Or you could just say, let's just go for the downs. Let's go all the way. Throw it in the end zone.
Well, they're coming back on with their offense.
Yeah, and here we go. 5 receivers. That quarterback could be running a draw here.
Play is blown dead. Timeout called by the Cougars, and Coach Elpage is not pleased. Some confusion between his translation or his calling of the play and what the players were actually lined up in. We've got a scoring update that you don't usually get a lot of places, Coach. This is pretty special.
Well, it's special for me and a few other coaches in the parish. But right here, our middle school is just starting their season, got delayed for heat. That for week 1 moved to the end of the season. Week 2 got canceled because of lightning. And so week 2 changed to this Monday right here, this past Monday. And you can see the scores there with Dutchtown over Galvez in overtime, and the Lake over Central in overtime, Prairieville over Gonzales, and then Santa Ma over Laurie. And then Bluff had the open date because you have 9 schools. So nice job there by our middle school coaches, and we'll keep you updated. They're playing this afternoon, and we'll get those scores and get them to you next week.
Dropping back, looking for somebody to throw to. It's 4th down, finds his man, and he makes the catch and gets the first down by about a half a yard. Ronald White missed the one a minute ago and catches a big one here for a first down, and that is the way to move the chain.
Well, you saw that right there, and that's 15 yards down the field. Nice pickup.
It's a good tackle, too.
You got 2 guys into the sidelines right here. Well, they're not in that 2 safety deep coverage.
There's the screen, and it's Evans. Evans likes to start and stop. He's a little jitterbug of a receiver and runner, and he will run out of bounds instead of challenging the safety, Swanson. Another flag down. Boy, just when we seem to get a little momentum, things slow down a little bit.
Yeah, this Thursday night, I don't know if it confused you. If you did, when you were at another station, did you have Thursday night games?
Every once in a while, very rarely.
Yeah, I left the house. I told my wife, call and send me an EA score. She said, how long are you going to be in that press box?
All right, they're sorting it out. Dr. Ben Jones will let us know what the issue is. Oh, they're going to wave it off. Second wave off of the night.
Well, I'm not real certain, who is not real happy with the officials, but I'm going to just tell you, when it needs to be waved off, wave it off.
Oh, I agree completely.
And we move on.
100%. Let's get it right.
Yeah. Last time he at least looked, I believe, at the guy out there before he took off. Nice little play, though.
Thomas Leonard wraps him up by his ankles.
I would prefer a little fake out there, Jimmy, and then go.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's a little nervous about maybe the blocking is going to be so-so or whatever.
Well, they've got to tighten up in the middle. One of the things that Coach Oliver talked about is the strength of that defense in the middle. In fact, that's why they moved Thomas Leonard from nose guard last year to that middle linebacker spot. And he is doing a lot in the inside linebacker. 1st and 10, ball at the 23-yard line. They're going for it. Nope, they're going to hand off this time to a new running back, a big one, number 20. 20 barrels his way to the 5. He's still on his feet. Touchdown! Nicholas Thomas takes it to the house from 23 yards out.
He was just, look at this handoff right there, breaks a tackle there, and just carries a couple of guys a few yards into the end zone, about 7 or 8 yards. And nice run by Nicholas Thomas right there, number 20. So, to me, as a coach, that scares you a little bit.
Yeah.
Because what you have to have here, this is going to be a big extra point now.
The snap, the hold, the kick, it is up, and it looks good, and it is good. So, wow, a hard, big drive for the Cougars. Gets them within 6 points. The score, Gators 20, Cougars 14 with 3:58 to go here in the third. We'll be back after this. You are watching the REV Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Yeah. Well, we're not right now. I was talking to Jolie, and then all of a sudden I saw this. Well, they're going to spread out in just a second. I was wrong. I'm going to just tell you that onside kick was very well executed.
It was a thing of beauty. It really was. Looks like they're going to kick this one away. We'll see. And they do.
A short kick, catch it in the air, and let's get going.
Collects it at the 15-yard line. This is Millian, I believe. And he will be down at the 27-yard line. That was not Millian. MJ Dunn was the return man.
That's number 25, a defensive back, deep man on the kickoff return.
Only a sophomore. All right, 1st and 10 for the Gators. Starting at their own 30-yard line.
Clock's running.
Kelly will take it himself. Heads to the left and cuts back to the middle of the field, and he picks up 2 at the most.
I like what I saw right there. Dominic Vizzini. Downfield blocking about 5 yards, helping his quarterback pick up an extra yard there on that play.
We got some good guys up front. You know, the center, we haven't mentioned Cooper Cheatwood, 5'11", 252-pound senior. Very, very smart. Hasn't gotten a B in high school. Getting some offers from some of the cerebral schools. Look at Kelly go. He's close to a first down, and he lowers his shoulders and punishes a couple of defenders.
And let's just see with that official. It looks like it's going to be a first down.
Nice 8-yard pickup.
I'm going to say when Chase Kelly watches this film, he's going to say, I must have took a deep breath and just expanded my shoulders a little bit because it's unreal how they could not catch me right here. And he is very deceiving in his speed, quickly fast.
Quick throw into the flats.
Love it.
Picks up 4. It was nice, wrapped up by, I think the catch was Kernan. I'm not positive. No, he's on the near side. It wasn't.
It was 12.
Luke Rafferty. Picks up right at 5 yards. So the ball's at the 45-yard line.
So you have Williams in the backfield.
And Williams will get the handoff, and he just puts his foot in the ground, turns it north and south, and picks up 8, making 11 yards, 12 yards.
And Williams, different than Kraft, is maybe a little bit faster. Kraft is a strong runner. Williams also a very strong kid. So you have 2 very good running backs right there that can help you make some big plays.
And Kyrie's only a junior, so they'll have him back next year. 5'6", 165. Definitely strong young man. And he'll run it again right up the gut. Ramel Williams will make the stop.
Another 5 yards. Well, maybe 4.
Still a good pickup between the tackles. They'll take 3 yards or 4 yards.
You know, I don't know what you're looking at, but I'm looking at the same thing. Did he just get stopped for a 1-yard gain? No. He's got 4 or 5 yards on there.
Right. It definitely is deceiving because they're just such a massive humanity right there at the point of contact. Timeout on the field taken by the Gators. 1:09 to go in the third quarter. And we will keep it right here. What an exciting football game this has been, and what is coming up. Here we go. You know, coming up, we've got some good stuff coming up next week. Ash will be at East Ascension. Opelousas will be at Santa Maria. In 2 weeks, Carver at Dutchtown and Jefferson Rise right here at the pit. It's homecoming for Santa Maria. Of course, you can see them live streamed on Rev Sports 1 on the YouTube channel or Rev Sports 2 YouTube channel. And, of course, the replay is Sunday at 6 a.m., Wednesday at 9:30 p.m., and Sunday evening at 6 p.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m. So,
and I'm going to just tell you, between the school board and REV and Lyle. They do an outstanding job making sure that everybody's homecoming is on REV and see all the activities, well, and your halftime shows and everything, and it works out really good.
And I talked about the replays on REV, but you can watch these games anytime you want. They're on YouTube. You can watch them anytime you want, as many times as you want. Oh, nice blocking, a great play by Williams. Williams finds a hole and picks up 9 more. Moving the chains are the Gators.
It all starts, I truly believe, with this quarterback reading that defensive end, and he sat right there. Chase basically, Williams coming off the field, maybe having a helmet problem, or maybe his helmet came off and he's got to come out. So Chase is doing exactly, all the little bitty things that a quarterback can do, not just completing passes.
But Vizzini, the right tackle, is also doing a great job of taking care and sealing off some blocks. That offensive line is doing great. The guard pulls on this one, springing Kraft for another 8 yards, make it 7. That time it was Elijah Thornton. Watch him crash right here if you can see him right there. Blocks number 20.
Yep. And that's who Chase Kelly's been reading. Here we go. We're going to end the third quarter.
We got 12 minutes left to go in this football game. 20-14, and it's everything we build it to be and what we expected it to be. Don't go anywhere, folks. The last stanza coming right up. You're watching the REV Game of the Week. The Gators beating the Cougars 20-14 at the moment. Back right after this.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, briskets, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
I got so many sheets here.
Shoot, I don't know what to do. Shoot, I don't know what to do.
All right, here we go. Santa Maria Gators going on to the other end of the field.
12 minutes to go in this one. 20-14 is the score. And the Gators methodically moving down the field. And that's what you want to do right now, is just take up as much time as you can, put it in the end zone, and then play some defense.
And, everybody's just kind of doing their job, Jimmy. The quarterback hasn't rushed for 100 yards, but, boy, he's picked up some good first downs, made some nice completions. Everybody's kind of catching the ball. We had a few drops, but everybody's kind of doing their job. The offensive line has just gotten really good on the pass protection and the run blocking.
It'll be Williams on the left side of the quarterback.
Pure man-to-man right here.
And they're bringing everybody. He's going to dump it off, and it almost intercepted. I thought for a second that Ramel Williams had come up with it. And we'll watch it here on the replay.
Well, Kelly, they had the right play call. Watch. Williams just stayed a little bit too long with the blocking, and they were bringing everyone. So your offensive line, boy, they have a tough time with that. You bring 6 or 7, you got 5 to block. Those 6 or 7, it's a tough situation.
3rd and 3 at the 21.
Here they come again.
Handoff, this time to Williams. No, check that. Number 22, Miles Dennis. Dennis has 12 carries, making 13 carries on the year now. And he'll lose a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, he may have gotten right back to the line of scrimmage.
I was kind of wondering about the heavy formation, if that would have been a nice time right there. It's like they're going to kick a field goal here.
I think they're going to have to call a timeout. 8 seconds to go in the play clock. There's no way they can get this down in 4 to 5 yards. They call a timeout just in time. Gators call a timeout, and we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back right after this. You are watching the Rev Game of the Week. Gators lead the Cougars, 11:09 to go in the fourth. Back after this.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
39-yard field goal for Jaro. Jaro has a 25-yarder on the year already. The kick is up. It's got the distance, but it's way left, and it's no good. So they ran a lot of time off the clock. They did some good things, but it ends up stalling out.
I think there's going to be a little time right here with the injury on the field, but I think that was a crucial situation. I think the 2 situations that they brought, a number of people, just didn't have an answer. Maybe it needed to be in the heavy package, but, that's beside my point to call. So I think this series right here is going to be real important for the Gators on defense and also for Kennedy on offense.
I think they have to guard against that inside run, whether it be by the quarterback or by that big running back, number 20, Nicholas Thomas.
He's also the defensive end. Tomorrow night we have on the Rev game, you have Dutchtown and Covington. Ought to be a good one. East Ascension will be traveling. Won't be on Rev, but they'll be traveling down to Dutchtown. Dutchtown, one of your better teams in the state, and also the state champion last year.
Number 3, I think, right now. Is that right?
Number 3. And I think they beat John Ehret last week, which is a very good football team. And so the injured player walks off the field. Everything seems to be in pretty good hands. I guess the one thing that would concern me is now I see Santa Ma's gone back to the 2 safeties deep. Is that long pass play? You only have 4 guys rushing.
There's the screen pass out to number 5. 5 is Rolo Igana. Igana will pick up 7, maybe 8.
Boy, just think about it. That might be the first time they've completed that pass tonight.
I know it. It seems to be a slow developing play. Like Darrensburg just takes his time throwing it. There's a flag down. Holding on the offense. Yeah. So it negates the play.
And look, it's kind of like a screen pass out there with your receivers. And look, let me just tell you, most of the time receivers are not really excited about this deal called blocking.
Right.
And you kind of have to hold that block a while on that slow developing play. And so it looked like the Gators were in very good position and seemed to fall into their hands with the holding first and, what's that, 16?
Yep, it'll be a spot. They will mark it off at the spot of the foul. So this foul happened, the holding happened around the 24. So they back it back to the 14-yard line. Just a shot put of a pass. Complete to Strouder. I think he hung on to it.
Well, I think Santa Ma might have the ball. And the referee says, nah.
So it brings up second down.
I'm thinking vertical.
Yeah.
And why? Because of that down box over there.
May have been an incomplete pass. They put the ball right back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. (20-14), 10:25, and now for some coaches that 10:25 may last a lifetime.
Dropping back, looking for somebody to throw to. He's got plenty of time to throw it. Bullets one across the middle, and Thomas can't hang on. Now check that. Agana can't hang on.
Cannot catch the ball with your chest right there.
Hit him right in the gut, man.
And
if that was a rifle.
I mean, that ball was thrown like major league talent right there.
He was.
And look, he wanted the ball. I was watching him. He made a good job, circled right in there between the two safeties. And nice little throw down the field. It should have been a catch and probably a first down.
If not, it was very, very close. Now it's 3rd and 16. Still only rushing 3, but somebody gets free, as he always seems to. And again, this is incomplete. The ball a little bit out in front and high, intended for Jones, and it goes incomplete.
Well, a good job right there. I think it was 44 on that, on the coverage.
I think it was Leonard, yeah. Always getting loose is Cameron Hill. He has been chasing the quarterback. He hadn't gotten there, but he has been chasing that quarterback all night long.
And Leonard has been around the ball.
Yep.
All night.
Hard to think he was a nose guard last year.
Probably going to talk to him about moving to the 100-yard dash this year.
The kick is away. It's a good one. No fair catch, and he has dropped where he catches it, but he hung on to the football. Rafferty, and nice job for
I'll take Rafferty any night. Yep. Just a steady receiver. You know he's going to be good in that. And if he catches it, he's going to be able to make a play. You know he can run. Coming off the field right now, but he's rotating in and out. So let's just see what they have in store for the Gators here in the secondary.
It's going to be a steady diet of running, I bet.
Now here they come. Here they come.
Hand off to Williams.
Not going to be able to do that.
Nope. Williams was swallowed.
If you get through that now, you're going to score.
Thomas there.
But you got 7 people. And 4 people are pure man-to-man. You get outside, maybe one of them little speed sweeps or whatever.
99, Kellen Hall is come into the ball game. He's playing for Devin Sims in the interior of that defensive line. Lost 2 yards on that one, brings up 2nd and 12.
Man-to-man again.
Looking on the outside, ball is incomplete. It was short and low.
Chase Kelly's going to look at that film, and I know what he was thinking, and I understand that. But number 1's running down the sidelines.
It's Caven Taylor, sophomore. Played on several plays so far tonight. Brings up 3rd and 12. Need this one to move the sticks. He is going to be tackled and slung to the turf like a rag doll. That was number 33, Amari Lewis. And watch him get slung here.
And, you worry about, getting concussions or whatever slapped down, but I don't think his head ever hit the turf.
I think we got a battle of the bands going on here. And I got to say, that halftime show was one of the best I have ever seen, and I've seen a lot of high school halftime shows.
Mr. Shake Snyder, Carl Shake Snyder started this thing when I was there. Boy, he was outstanding. Craig Miette took it from there for years. Joey Nasser joined him. Now Joey Nasser has the job and just continues to get bigger and better every year.
So Jaro will put his foot into it on 4th and 15. Had to go up and catch that one, but boy, he pounds this one. It will hit at the 8-yard line and be picked up by Evans. Evans will collect it on the bounce, and he'll be slung to the turf. Big play that time by number 30, heading down there and making the tackle. That's Jamarian Meady. I can't believe he picked this up.
Well, I'm not real sure what he was thinking, but he looked and he saw the big hop. He said, let me go.
I can tell you this, that was the best punt we've seen all season long.
Yes.
That was a boomer.
Well, Gyro, show you, maybe he's not MVP in the receiving mark tonight. Maybe he's MVP and missed the field goal, made extra points. Nice punt right there.
He certainly has been quiet in the receiving ranks
That
tonight.
had to be 50-plus yards.
Oh, yeah. And it checked up. That was the beauty of it. A little delayed quarterback draw. He'll pick up some yardage, but not a ton, as he is drugged down by Kennedy Tyler. Man, he's been all over the place, too. A 6'1", 175-pound junior. Only a junior.
Now trips to the field.
Second and five. Oh, man. Almost a direct snap to the running back. And it will be Derensburg taking it himself, but he has nowhere to go. That was Anthony Salzarulo.
I'm glad you saw that before I did.
Been working on it all night, and I apologize to Tony for sure.
And I'm just telling you, what a tackle right there.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be a big play right here. Pretty close to half of your fourth quarter is gone.
7:07 in the clock ticking. This is a handoff to Brown. Brown, look at him go. He kind of looks like Barry Sanders on that one. He's got a big run. A 10-yard pickup, 15-yard pickup.
I like that visual that you had with Barry Sanders.
I'm telling you. Low to the ground, low center of gravity, and he was just moving and jiking his way all the way down. First and 10, the ball at the 35-yard line. New life here for the Cougars of JFK. JFK out of Gentilly, New Orleans area. Handoff again, right up the middle. A big holes being opened up by that offensive line of Henry Frazier, Calvin Grant, and Mossop.
And, I think you have a decision to make. Are we going to have three down linemen, or are we going to have four right here? Because they're creating some holes right there. Maybe with the three down linemen look, maybe this is four. But I see it looks like they're going to be bringing linebackers.
Thomas Leonard is chomping at the bit. Hand it off again.
It's all man-to-man.
Timeout.
They had a chance right there.
That's the hydration timeout.
They had a chance to call a big play right there. Just a matter they had to execute it. And I doubted Dwayne Thomas is going to be a pure man-to-man after this timeout.
Let's take a look at, once again, what we're looking at for our Rev games of the week. Next week, and, of course, tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big one. I say the big one. We have another Rev game of the week, Covington at Dutchtown. As you mentioned, tomorrow night it's homecoming for Dutchtown. And then next week, Ash at East Ascension and Opelousas at Santa Maw. Ash EA will be on Rev Sports 1 on YouTube, and Opelousas at Santa Maw will be on Rev Sports 2 on YouTube. In 2 weeks, it's Carver at Dutchtown and Jefferson Rise at Santa Maw. It's homecoming here at Santa Maw. Always a fun time to really enjoy the festivities of homecoming for like you said, every team. That's what Rev and Lyle Boudreau, our executive producer, everybody does such a good job of making sure this is a well-rounded schedule for everybody here in the
I'm going to be interested to see what happens with EA tomorrow night.
Yeah,
at Destrehan. Very good football team.
Well, and Coach Lee just believes in playing those really, really strong teams.
Ash might be the easiest one, or Alexandria next week. But they've been very good over the years.
Second and a bunch as he just goes right up the gut. Brown is so fast, and he will be met face mask to face mask, but not after picking up 17 yards. Make it 14 yards, sorry, a little ahead of my math. Ball at the 42-yard line into Santa Maria territory. We have an injured Santa Maria player.
Standing up, number 44, number we've called.
Boy, we need Leonard. They need Leonard back in the ball game. Although he's been helped out a lot, he has just been around the ball a lot.
Well, you see that right there? 4 people come out to get Leonard out of there. The student trainers, the adult trainers at Santa Maria High School are, well, basically in Ascension Parish. They're second to none, anywhere in this state.
And you kind of take for granted all that they do. I mean, it's not just when there's an injured player. It's taping players. It's making sure the water's right and making sure everybody's hydrated. They just do so much. And, stretching guys out, things like that. This time a handoff to Brown. Brown, that time they weren't having it anymore. They were getting tired. Braxton Trabeau was getting tired of that one.
One other thing about the trainers, if you go in that training room, Jimmy, you think you had Baton Rouge physical therapy or somewhere. Wow. I mean, it's outstanding things that everyone, Coach Arsenault's on his retirement year this year. I'm kind of wondering about 11 down here, but I see protection over here. There he is.
Oh, he got hit. And the ball was thrown. Did he intercept it? He did intercept it. Santa Maria comes up with the football. Unbelievable job by Sal Zarullo. I'm not sure how he managed to stay in his hands, but he did. Watch it on the replay. He's hit as he throws. The ball stays on his stomach, and he catches the football.
He's getting blocked. Looks like he's getting blocked to the ground or tackled. Let's see. We'll watch it again here at the defensive end.
Well, you got to hand it to 86. Finally, Hill got a lick on him. He's been wanting it all night long.
Now, this is where, you got to say, we just had – I liked it at the end, Jimmy, to say special teams did their job.
Right.
Offense did their job. Defense did their job. We had Gyro with the unbelievable punt. We get the great play on defense. Now we need about 2 or 3 first downs, and that's going to be the ball game.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of the Gators. 4:50 to go here in the ball game. Quick screen out to number 16, and it's caught. It's Kernan, and Kernan will pick up 5. Dar checks into the ball game. I don't know if you've noticed, but the plays are coming in on the rack that they're holding up, and then they check their wristbands. Rolling to his right, looking for somebody to throw to, and that is going to be an unfortunate situation as Kelly is sacked. A big play that time by number 33, Amari Lewis.
I thought that was going to be a nice look with the sprint out. Very good job defensive end wise.
So that's a huge loss. It brings up 3rd down and 13.
They got an empty formation. A lot of things could happen. You got 5 guys to block 4.
Quick pass across the middle. He finds his man. He's going to be enough for the first down as Gyro. Gyro gets in the mix just when he needs
says,
to.
I want my name not only on the special teams list, I want it on the offensive list. Nice pitch and catch right there. Good call there, Seth.
Needed 13, picked up 14. So they cross midfield.
Here's your man, Seth. Not Seth. Crafty. Kraft going to get this ball. And let's just see what happens right here. 4-man front. Got 5 in the box. Should be able to run the ball.
There you go. I still think they should get it outside and not try to run between the tackles as much.
There's
right
no
in the
doubt.
gut.
Well, I don't think they've run that play tonight. And you can see right there, nice little trap block, but you had somebody coming from the outside, which made the play.
Timeout in the field, and we'll take it as well. 2:28 left to go here in the ball game. The Gators with the football, leading 20-14 over the Cougars. Back after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
And we are back. The Gators have the ball 2nd and 10. The ball across midfield at the 47-yard line of the Cougars. Just like you said, about 2 first downs, and this is going to be wrapped up. But that's no easy task at this point.
Got 1 timeout. Kennedy.
Right up the middle to Kraft, and Kraft will pick his way for about 4. Uh-oh, now we're getting scrappy, and the flags will fly, and I think it's going to be a personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct. They may call offsetting, I'm not sure, but it looked like the Cougars got a little upset.
Yeah, we talked about that 100 yards and penalties last week.
They've done better this week. They've had 7 penalties. This will, depending on what this is, but still not nearly 100 yards worth.
Well, I saw 2 flags, and I don't know if it's 2 penalties or 1 penalty. With
you got
2 guys saying I saw this.
Well, they're having a confab for sure, and I think it's going to be against the Cougars.
I'm just thinking, Jimmy, what I saw, it might be 2 of them against the Cougars. I don't know. I just kind of
maybe so
picked that up right there at the last second.
Or offsetting and then one more. Let's see.
I saw a push by the Santamon kid, and I saw a swing by the Kennedy kid.
And then I saw another Kennedy kid come in. And so somebody may be ejected on this one.
You're going to throw the punch, you're going to be ejected.
And rightly so.
And they're getting it all straight. That's why that the officials, they have those little pads. And I can remember when they're talking about, each official, the officials came and said, this is what's going to happen if there's a fight on the field. And we went through it with all of our kids, what coaches are going to be responsible for going out there and what coaches are going to be responsible for staying.
Thought about that
and
part.
You watch that side, those officials, they all of a sudden, they take their pad out. They're writing numbers. Any kid, if he leaves the sideline, he's gone.
All right, personal foul against Santamon. Personal foul against Cougars. Those offset. And now unsportsmanlike conduct against an ejection. Are they both ejected?
Evidently.
Now, can they not play again in the next half the game, next game?
I'm not certain about that. Rule has changed.
Millian looks like he's cramping up over there on the sideline right there, number 3. You can't see him. He's just out of your frame, I believe. No, there he is right there. You see him on the bottom left of your screen now walking into the huddle. So they're going to have to bring number 16, Kernan, who has been so effective tonight. He's going to be, it looks like it's going to be against him, and he'll be ejected. So he'll have to leave the field.
Do we have that play?
Talking to Coach Oliver, the officiating crew, making sure it's all straight. Coach understood. He gets it. So I still think it's a 15-yard penalty against. So I think there was another one. I don't know. The ball has been advanced 15 yards for the Gators.
Well, I didn't see but two signals, and
I didn't either.
But I didn't pay attention to him after that. So evidently you're correct.
Either
here we
way.
go, and the clock's running. So take your time here, Chase Kelly.
And I don't see that. This will be a handoff. Kraft probes the middle and picks up a couple. Under 2 minutes to play now.
Calvin Sparrow and Amari Lewis on the play for the Cougars.
Second down and 9. So if this holds up, Santa Maria will go to 3-0, which is a nice accomplishment. Cougars will call a timeout. You know, I talked with Coach Oliver about his philosophy for scheduling, and basically what he said is my preseason, not preseason, but my pre-district is a step ladder of schools that continually get better. Each one is better than the next. So he's felt like the Cougars were the best team they will have played, and I think that has borne out here tonight.
There's no doubt about that. And the thing about it, that's a little scary. I think they could get a lot better.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all going to come down to one thing: that quarterback. You know, he completed some big time throws on some square and stuff, but maybe he completed one deep ball.
Yeah. Well, he did that big one down in the.
Yeah. And so, you know, that's the difference maker. You know, when you have people that can sprint and catch footballs and make big plays, you know, you're going to win football games.
Well, they definitely tailored their offense in a different way once they had to realize they were going to Kelly as opposed to Babbitt. You definitely the playbook changed some.
Yeah, but you know what the interesting thing is, you know, what I see is the maturity of Chase Kelly.
Yep.
And I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, playing in that baseball, you know, which is a pretty big time sport here at Santa Maria.
Offsides.
That's a 5-yard penalty, so that's going to be, you need, 3 or 4 yards?
I think you're
right.
right.
Good job right there. I like smart coaching because they've only done that a couple of times tonight.
Yep.
But I will say this. I'm just looking. Where's the free safety?
Up.
He's got somebody man-to-man.
Yep.
And I'm just telling you, you know, you don't have a whole lot of time, and I don't know if you're going to get to be able to hand the ball off and get Butch.
He got him again. They're just going to march down the field on false start. Offsides.
That's what I tell them, man. Get that brain moving right there. Chase Kelly, outstanding. All that clapping and.
So that gives them a first down on penalty.
So you got 40-second clock. I don't know if you could get out of here with a knee.
Handoff, barreling up to the 10-yard line. It was Williams, I believe, or was that Kraft?
I'm going to just say Kraft.
I think it was. It was Kraft for sure.
I think anytime you run in between the tackles, he's going to be your man.
Another timeout on the field. 1:29 left to go, and the ball is first and, well, not quite. Didn't quite get 10 yards. I didn't know there was a player down. Let's take a quick break while the player is attended to. We'll be back after this. 1:29 to go in the ball game. The Gators knocking at the door, growling at the door. 20-14 is your score. Back after this.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
And we are back. Unfortunately, our Cougar player is still down. We certainly hope for the best here, for sure. 1:29 left to go in the ball game, and it has been a back-and-forth affair. Both teams having some real success, and both teams having some miscues. The game started off with 2 turnovers for Sanama. Interception and a muff punt on consecutive drives or plays.
And I will go a little bit further and say that maybe Chase Kelly was responsible for the interception, but I think just exactly what I felt like before in watching video, watching him at practice. Chase Kelly played plenty good enough to win this game tonight.
Yeah.
And basically, he's going to get rewarded. I would like to see just exactly how many yards Kraft has. And if he's averaging, let's say, 3.5 yards a carry, I think that's a great night for him.
Yeah.
Williams,
right.
If he's averaging, he's more your speed guy and stuff. You see one of the trainers getting something for.
Well, he has unfortunately been down a while. We certainly hope it's nothing serious.
Coach Oliver headed out.
I mean, look, these two teams are battling each other in the trenches, but they have true concern for each other's safety and well-being.
Yeah. Well, it's a good game. Good game by both teams. And so, you'd have to think that, when you actually look at this, Sanama is a 5A school, one of your largest schools in the state. And you're looking at Kennedy, a 3A school. Now, a lot of times that means 0 if that 3A school is John Curtis or one of those teams like that. But I can just tell you, they made it to the quarterfinals last year, and probably if things keep going for them and they keep getting better, they're headed in that direction. I think the Gators are headed in a positive direction going through the district schedule.
Without question. Let's take a look at our Sanama football schedule again as we get set to play this down in just a second. You got Kennedy next week. Well, we got Kennedy today, Opelousas, Jefferson Rise, and that big game, East Ascension. That's going to be a big one.
I tell you what, anybody out there that's never gone to the East Ascension Sanama game, they need to come and check this out.
It has been.
I think Jamie said it's going to be here. Or
I thought it said it was at East Ascension.
East Ascension.
All right, we're back to action. The player went off on his own steam, and we are so thankful to see that. We hope he's okay. And it brings up 2nd and 2 from the 10.
With 1:13.
Clock is ticking, and they're going to let as much time run off as they possibly can. 18 seconds on the game clock.
I love this. It's all smart athletics right here.
I mean, you can just kneel it, can't you, after this
That's
play?
exactly what he's doing. You got your 2 wing backs in there tight.
You're right.
You got number 4 deep. That's Kraft.
And the whistle blows.
Chase Kelly takes a knee for the Gator.
40 seconds to go on the clock. They'll have to run 2 more plays, and it's 3rd down. Everybody's just realizing that this is the end, and it has been quite. Let's talk about our keys while we have a second, while we're wrapping this game up. Let's look at our keys to victory once again from our pregame, Nolan. If we could bring those up, let's take a look. And that does it for the football game. Just really quickly, the final score, the Gators beat the number 7 ranked team in 3A in John F. Kennedy Cougars 20-14. Real quick, I think the Sanama did what they needed to do.
There's no doubt about that. I don't know about wearing down, but I know that their one side of the ball helped them a great deal. Tackling was pretty good.
Especially Leonard.
And special teams, I think, they had not necessarily a boo-boo or whatever, but, I think they were strong in the special teams. But, the good thing about it is they won with a couple of mistakes, fumbled punt and also the onside kick. But this is what I like, is whenever the offense made a mistake that seemed like the defense came in and rallied, and vice versa on that. So also no mental mistakes for Kennedy. I'm not going to say mental mistakes, but look, they got a lot of kids that have been on this field offensively, defensively, and special teams. They have speed.
Oh, yeah.
They got to throw and catch the ball and maybe protect, get their quarterback involved more in the run and pass game because he is an outstanding athlete.
They are definitely a good 3A football team, a very good 3A football team. Tonight, Santa Maria just a little bit better. 20-14 the final score, and that is going to do it for us. For myself, actually, for all of our great crew, we have Nolan Wagasback directing. Jake Voisin did a phenomenal job on the field with our camera work. Andre Chapoy up in the booth as well. Of course, Lyle Boudreau, our executive producer. I want to thank everybody for watching. My name is Jimmy Frederick, along with, and we got to thank Joe Lee, of course, for being our halftime interview, and want to thank all the folks here at Santa Maria for all their hospitality. Again, for myself, Jimmy Frederick, and Coach David Swacker, who's going to be in the Hall of Fame next week, son.
Thank you.
Way to go. We thank you for watching, and again, the Gators come away with a victory, 3-0 on the year, and they win 20-14 over the JFK Cougars. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next time on the REV Game of the Week.